I thought the diagnoses were done, but they'll always be the same. Penny for my dots, cause you know I'm tryna change. If I ever took a loss, charge it to the game. When we see guys, we don't slang. Any MC, I put them in the grave. I'ma make them disappear like my name was David Blaine. Flown like I'm Lil Wayne, came the way I'm setting flames. It's funny how niggas...
Anyways, we are...
Let's go.
Just first things first, I just want to say Chelsea are not in the title race.
Oh, fuck off,
We are
man.
just a small Conference League club. We're just happy to be in conversations. That's all we want. While other clubs are bottling and not scoring goals in open play, only do set pieces. That's what I've already sitting in this room. I just want to make that clear. But that's it. That's all
I can't even touch it.
No, Ryan Valley are so fucking annoying. Whenever they're winning, yeah, I see chat, analysis. Whenever they're not winning, I have to remind them to do analysis.
Bro,
what do I remind them?
The same was one of my boys, Pam. Fam,
When they're winning.
when they're winning, he'll be at it. What you lot at?
But when I know, you have to remind him.
It's silence.
So
Also,
calm now. You say you do like doing analysis.
are you flexing tags on us or what's the crack?
Oh shit! There's a text still on this.
Yeah. It's around your neck.
Take it off. Flexing tag. Oh shit! I didn't even. Yeah. All right.
Jordan got new drip.
I need a winter jacket. Because, but you know, workplace nice me. They do those. You see those perk cards in the corporate? Where they give you like a tax-free little lump sum there. So,
No, actually, to be fair, what usually happens is that you give us a bonus and you say, oh, by the way, you can take like 500 and put on this card.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that what they did?
Yeah, because because when you put it on the card, that 500 is tax-free.
Tax-free, yeah.
And then you can spend it. Because what I did was, when I got it 1 year, I added the card to my Apple Wallet so I could just tap.
Yeah, that's a good. But they give us our bonus and then they give us the next another.
See, in Farmer, they be treating you man nice, bro.
That's what we're there. That's what we're
Nah, they actually be treating you. They be treating you guys good, man. Hey, wait, what's called? Did you see Raven Simone saying she thought people watched That's What Raven because she had big boobs?
Is that what she said?
She said that on her pod. She felt like boys watched That's What Raven because she had big boobs. First of all,
I don't remember having her big boobs. And
I don't even remember.
If anybody remembers the heavies, it's me. I would know.
At that age, I don't think there was a person on That's What Raven that was like, oh, I have. I just watched it because it was good content.
Because I don't remember having that. There is a flip with the sexualization of women does occur, but I don't think it happened.
No, That's What Raven did.
Yeah, to be fair, there wasn't anybody.
Unless you're into snowboardies, maybe Chelsea.
Nah. I know you're not into somebody at all, but except for Hillary Duff. I mean, like, hey. Look at that.
Hillary looking lit.
No, I don't think we watched it because I just remember watching it. The concept was cool and the content was cool.
Yeah, I don't at any point remember sexualizing Raven Simone.
The concept is like she sees the future and she tries to mitigate the future, isn't it? Like she's trying to stop what's gonna happen.
But then in her trying to stop what happens, it ends up happening.
Remember, you always say this. It's like sometimes like if you want something so much, you try to either prevent it or you just make it happen. You just then fast track it. But
yeah, but I looked at that and I was just like, bruh. Also, you know what else has been weird recently? We listen but we don't judge. What happened to people taking their secrets to the grave? Like the internet has become a place where everybody just wants to shout about every little thing. Bro,
clout is currency.
Bro, don't come and say that shit online. What's called one girl was like, oh, we listen, we don't judge. Yeah, she came. She got a train ran on her by like 5 men, and they were eating Chinese, and she was like, oh, I'm hungry too. They gave her crisps, and then they sent her home. Like, they sent her home and. Nobody even gave her a lift.
How many times do you listen and you judge though?
A couple of times.
No.
I just don't understand. Why are you telling us this? Like, unprovoked as well, for some likes.
I would never do that with my partner. I wouldn't go out. You guys wouldn't see it.
First of all,
you guys would not see it.
Apart from you guys wouldn't see it. You're going to say some shit that I might get in trouble now. Now she's not speaking to me for a week.
Or she'll say some shit. Now I'm in my feelings. I'm just there like...
Now you're trying to one-up her shit. And you're confessing to some shit that you were never going to say.
The more you talk, the more you snitch on yourself. Anyways, done. But nah, I haven't. The suspect strand was good.
Even that. A couple people were really going at their partners. Yeah. I'm just like, because you know what happened, yeah. You say something that touches the ego a little too much. Now they want to one up you. Oh, suspect is fat.
Well, that's deeper, Deji. The suspect know that they're fat. I assume that you are aware of your physical presence.
Yeah.
The other day, yeah, Deji Moore has actually helping put up shelves. This is what men used to do back in the days.
Yeah, man.
This is what real men used to do. And shout out Deji, man, because I'm on this thing and I was like, start to use my village. Time to use your village. If you need help, don't be shy to ask people, because especially as men, we don't want to come like we're bothersome. Like, you don't want to come like you're annoying. Someone's like, no, I don't want to do it. But say that to say, Deji had to hold something, and he leaned forward. He says, "This is why you have the belly. The belly's helping you support this." But they just been on this journey to lose weight, and you've been looking good because you've been wearing a singlet all the time. That's what Ron said.
I'm annoyed because I'm wearing a singlet right now.
Ron said any excuse to wear a singlet.
Hey,
bring it out.
sometimes in life, yeah. What's going on?
You could visibly see the result. I'm like, nah, they're just working themselves physically, mentally, and apparently spiritually.
Yeah, I said that last weekend, and Jordan acted surprised. See, I'm glad someone else finally sees the shit that I deal with.
No, because we've had loads of religious and spiritual talk. Because I think this is it's very common in the space, and you even see Eye of Fear starts a mental health and religion podcast are very popular now. So because we've had so many podcasts talking about this, I've never really seen you engage or talk or curious or ask them. So for you not to say it, I was like, wait, what's going on here?
It's not everything we must announce, isn't it? Sometimes just do things in silence.
It's a podcast. We announce everything. Yeah. We're yappers. That's the problem. That's the problem.
You know what's really annoying, yeah? You can't say that you're a quiet person anymore if you have a podcast.
Oh, 100%.
Because they're like, oh, yeah, you have a podcast. But outside of my podcast, do I really talk?
I definitely talk. In Nige, when I went for Morris's wedding, I was talking to his brother-in-law, Cesno. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm actually I only really like to leave my house to actually hang out with people I like to hang out with. I wouldn't just leave my house to be in an environment that I don't know people, because I'm actually an introvert. First thing he says to me, it's like, yeah, we have a podcast. I was like, so? How does that take away from what I just said?
Do you know how introverted I can be? Come here and chat to the person that I want to chat to and go home.
I go to my house and I don't engage with it. So yeah, but you have a podcast. You talk to people and I'm like, I kind of see where you get it, because you put yourself out there with a podcast. So you're putting your face and your content weekly out for public consumption. So for you not to say you're actually extroverted, I get why it comes across as a contradiction.
Yeah, but is it really though? Because
I don't think it is. I think you can be introverted and have a podcast, but I see why they see it that way.
Yeah, but why they see it that way is kind of wrong. Because to produce this podcast, I probably have to come in contact with 3 people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Vision up and your partner.
Exactly.
Those
and
are people.
Outside of that, yeah, you guys see it.
Yeah,
but also, if I don't want to see what you guys are saying, I just log out.
Yeah.
So I don't really have to deal with that many people.
But you also want to host and do that and do all these different things. You kind of have to be a bit more extroverted then to kind of be in that lane.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you can just switch on it. It's something you switch it on, you switch it off. Do you get what I'm saying? When I have to talk to people, I will talk to people. I think people make the word introvert seem like this weirdo that just likes staying at home. But you can go out and have a good time and have moments where you're the life of the party, moments where it's you're a bit more extroverted. It's not black and white kind of a thing.
I get that. I think it's more natural for some, and it's for some you kind of have to switch on a flake night, knowing, okay, today I'm going to host. This is what's going to be required of me, and then you kind of have them. But then once it's done, because I've seen loads of hosts and DJs and whatever. The minute their time is done, pack up, gone.
Yeah, exactly. You see me, I was hey, after.
I saw a video of Don't Jealous Me. He's at a party today, just cool like this. Oh yeah, that's me. That's me.
But I even think it's the same with comedians and shit like that, because it's bruv, I'm not that funny all the time. I'm not that kind of funny all the time. And also when I'm on stage, because I saw Cittg and Sean, the comedian, on Get the Gist, and it's walking down the street and people are like, oh, tell me, once they find out they're a comedian, tell me a joke. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen comedians say that. I think they felt that, especially a famous one, he said early in his career when he started getting a bit of fame, he felt like when people saw him, he had a reputation to live up to initially, because it's oh, you're that funny guy, so when I see you, you have to be funny. And then when he's just chilling and he's not being funny, and then they're kind of they're disappointed. So then he felt oh crap, I have to, because especially when fame is new, you feel that imposter syndrome, so you feel you have to live up to it. But he says after a while, when he was comfortable and he was proven, and he knows that oh no, I am funny, but I don't have to be funny in that moment. That being said, if I sat with Dave Chappelle for 30 minutes and he wasn't being funny, I'd be kind of disappointed, man.
Yeah, but
I'm Dave, make me laugh, man.
but you know what? I feel like people like that, if you're around me for long enough, I'm gonna make you laugh. Just by being me.
Yeah.
But that, And also, do you know how hard it is to be funny just off the bat?
Yeah, yeah.
Like when you say make me laugh, I have nothing to say.
That's how we used to like commit. Not like when you look at the funny guy in the class, how they used to be like on it. Sometimes, obviously, it was a bit self-deprecating, but there's certain funny people that were just like they knew how to be funny in the class and they pull up onto everybody. And then it's like, yo, that's just you. You just know how to kind of have the crowd and get the room going.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna introduce the pod real quick.
Yeah.
Anyways, here we are at Charge.
Bang, bang.
This is the podcast with the highest level of analysis the culture needs. I'm Daddy J, but you might call me Jordan, but I'm here with...
You know she goes with voice, big Deji, nigga with the Midas touch.
Come on, this is...
Unfortunately, we are no longer the podcast of the year.
we need to talk to those girls.
Soon. Congratulations to the girls, the new podcast of the year. What's
yes, you were there.
We passed the flame, we passed the torch.
to the rightful winners. Nah, shout out to them. It was, like you said, it was undeniable from like the 4th month. Seeing how everybody was moving and seeing how they were moving. And they were just like, I think from like the 2nd or 3rd month, they had Taser and Chucky on. From that point, you were kind of like, because that's R&B was in February, wasn't it?
Yeah. From that point. Not even before then, because when did they clip plopped like last year?
Yeah, because it's from October to October.
Yeah. And from that point, it was. I swear they just hit like 36K or something.
Yeah, they're 36.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So I think in terms of following, in terms of like social media presence, I think they have the biggest crowd on Instagram. Anyways, I don't know about like all the other space. But you were at the awards. How was it?
It was cool. Like, it was proper. First of all, venue was laying.
Yeah, bro. Looking at it from social media, it would look aesthetically.
It was crazy.
Shout out to you, Auntie Fiona, because I know you're very responsible for that. But looking at it aesthetically, it looks very.
She looked pretty as fuck. Like it was proper nice in there. I'm not gonna lie, I saw a lot of random faces. People I ain't seen it. People I ain't seen in years.
So where you come from?
And respectfully, some people I looked at respectfully. Why the fuck are you here? Like obviously everyone's welcome and shit. But there's a couple of people I'm just like,
because it's a night of celebration of Black and Irish excellence.
Yeah, I know, but
you wouldn't. Some
of the people don't do anything within the space. Okay. If that makes any sense. Yeah, like. I expect to see rappers, content creators, all these. But
some
people, I'm just like.
And I think that's kind of why on the episode when Fiona was here, and I said that was her pushback kind of made me see it differently. Because even if we, like people within the space don't want to go, and a lot of people didn't go, it's still a good night out for Black people to even be around. Like even Black people are not in the space, they could see like, oh, it's a Black and Irish gala. Let me get dressed up, because we sit and everybody sit and says nightlife is dead, nightlife is this, and not every event is for everybody. But some people, it also gives them a night to be like, okay, let me go celebrate Black excellence. So even for that reason, because there's this whole back and forth, should we have it, should we not, should we have it? But that's a good point that people that you wouldn't even expect to see, they're using that night to be like, oh, let me actually pop out and have a good night out and celebrate this, you know?
Yeah, it was good. Like it was Benny was laying. Fortune performed with his guy. His guy can fucking sing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah. What was I gonna say? First award, what's this uncle's name? The James Hughes Award or something like that?
Yeah. I'm saying like I
Jude. Is it
you
Jude?
Know.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
double agents. The Mr. Hughes Award or whatever. Like the woman that won it, she got up there and she cried. Yeah. And it kind of took me back for a second. Because you know how we talk about the awards in the space. It's like it's cool to win it. But like,
but what do you want? It doesn't move a needle.
You get what I'm saying? But seeing her like get so emotional that she won made me realize, yo, this shit is actually more important than we think. And 100%. I think for in our spaces, like when it comes to like creators and like musicians and like podcasts and all this kind of shit, I'm not gonna lie, we tend to shit on it a little bit. But for some people, like Educator, like Lydia, I met Lydia years ago. She won Educator, and it's kind of like you actually would probably never win anything. Not that she probably wouldn't win anything, but what's the likelihood of winning something? And then to be able to stand up there in front of like people from RTE, people from Gold, people from all this kind of different stuff, and really be celebrated by the people that fuck with you, like the people that look like you, kind of a situation. Seeing it from that angle is like, bro, this is actually sick. Do you get what I'm saying? And people going up there and saying like, I'd never seen people like us in these spaces, you know, like even just looking at a gala that looks like that, you'd expect it to be filled with a lot of white faces, a lot of people that you don't know going up there accepting awards that we don't give a fuck about. But it's like, right, this is actually for us, and this is actually like, it was actually sick, and seeing people like being so happy that they won, all that kind of shit, like it was proper like, right, this is actually a moment, you know.
That's cool. I saw that moment the first year I went. I think it was pandemic. It was only 100 people. Cello won. I didn't even know Cello at this time. He won Breakthrough Artist of the Year, and he went up and he was very like hyped, and it was like people were come from Clondalkin. We don't even have moments like this where we can stand a shit, hold a trophy, and that was always kind of like my perspective. Although I hear it's like shouldn't it be at an elevated level before we start celebrating? Calm, whatever. Those conversations will continue to happen. We don't care again. But at the same time, I'm like, what you said, it actually describes it well. Highs, lows, peaks, and valley. You still have moments where someone feels valued and they're validated for their works. I know, like a lot of it sometimes within this space, it's copium. People shit on it because you have to kind of be like, oh, I don't care. So when you don't win it, I didn't care. Like, do you know what I mean?
But that's why we showed up until we won it.
Exactly. A lot of it is copium, so you kind of have to downplay it. So that way you're not as disappointed. It's like me doing the title race with Chelsea. Yeah. You have to downplay it. So when it doesn't happen, I'm like, oh, well, we're never in it anyway. So but that's a very, very good perspective. But you did a red carpet interview. How was that?
Yeah, it was cool. Like we chatted to a couple of people. We chatted to a couple people, asked them like what awards they're excited for. Everybody's excited for the music awards, and I think like
I want to get into that. But
yeah, but like it was cool. Like we just a couple interviews here, asked people what they're wearing, stuff like that. And yeah, like people were just genuinely. It was also nice to see people that were like nominated, actually excited for it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I think sometimes, especially when it comes to like the podcast space or like some of these other content creator and all that, like a lot of us were just kind of like, yeah, it's cool, but it's nice to see people that were actually like, I'm nominated, I want to win, and seeing that like not doing the if I win it's cool, whatever, but people are actually like, nah, I'm coming here to win, I want to win this shit, and it was sick. Like, and
that was because you said on the pod last week, and you kind of said it's like it made sense for certain people to be nominated, because if everybody's gonna do too cool for school, I'm not gonna go let them nominate. Then give that space to people like you're saying who actually the nomination means something for them. Now you should still be nominated in theory you should be deserving, but if like you're saying, people within the space are doing like, yeah, it's cool, or I'm not gonna go, we're not gonna blah blah. Then okay, give their space to people who have maybe the gratitude and they will mean something for them to be in that room. I personally only look at sports and entertainment.
Yes,
because those are my interests in life. So sports and entertainment. So I don't look at the educated of the year, business of the year, because I know like we have competition amongst us, and I say like, oh, the business is nominated, actually bringing in revenue. I don't know anything about that. Like that's for the most part, I don't know what the business actually. What the product even does do. What did you make of the winners? I think it was Simba Trepeat.
At this point, can we eliminate Simba?
Yeah,
just call it the Simba award.
You call it the Tender Show. You know, it's called the Dr. James Hughes Award. Yeah. That award is gonna be named after him. Like, because he's gonna be the pioneer for that award.
At what point do you say, it's enough?
Because because other years I'm like it's plain and obvious, but obviously looking at his number, I thought it come in my club with their event. I thought they would have pushed something. Well, of course, then he put up his numbers, and you're like,
yeah. But like the thing is, if we're talking about contribution to music, does your event count?
Yeah, because you're contributing to music, I guess. Yeah, it's a music festival, which is a contribution. Like
they had the music festival.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The festival that they did with the one day with Jordan.
Yeah, but then,
no, I'm
500 billion plus.
Simba
streams.
is always gonna be a deserving winner, but this is what happens with like when people greatness. We always try to like with LeBron and Jordan. You're always trying to find like who can push, like because you want to see that bit of like, oh, let's see something. Because when one person's just blowing it out the water, it's kind of like
yeah, but like who else really does
what he does?
Yeah.
The gap is massive.
Contribution to music, you can't be a musician.
Why not?
What does contribution to just okay? So if I release music, that's my contribution.
No,
to music.
because if you have, let's say, you have a number one album, you've contributed. That's a contribution to music because it's historic.
Okay.
Like something like that's what I'm saying. Like a rapper can definitely be a contribution to music. Or do you think it's like you're mixing and mastering?
I see. The thing is, I don't actually know the definition.
What do you think contribution to music? What does it mean?
I think that's for. that shouldn't be for the artist.
Okay. A festival, yeah, like run for the artist, yeah.
Because I don't think you, because if you just drop music, so are we going to put Femi in contribution to music as well as artist of the year?
No, I see the point. I think what you guys are saying, right? Like come my club, like Bonjola. Yeah. If he drops his music, but he also does a festival, like for example, he said with like Dreamville. That is contribution.
Yeah, no, I understand, but I don't think dropping music should be allowed as contribution.
Yeah,
to
no,
music.
okay. I hear
let's say Simba obviously he produces, he mixes the engineers, whatever he does. Like I can understand that as contribution to music, but outside of dropping music,
because Plantain was nominated for Plantain Sound.
What even is Plantain Sound?
I think it's his whole because he manages.
Oh, so it's his label kind of a
situation.
Yeah.
Okay. From what I know, he manages Femi, he produces, he makes beats.
But then in that case though, Like
Yeah.
it's not close.
Yeah. No,
Like-
no, yeah. DJs always run and saying, "What about DJs?"
Respectfully,
DJs always.
what has any DJ really done?
Have they
crazy?
contributed to music? DJs in what way?
Because
Apart from
play my music in the club, I don't really like. It's
is
cool.
okay. Pushback is DJ Uzumaki having Uzumaki's Village. Is that contribution to music or contribution to nightlife?
That's an event. I don't think that has nothing. That has nothing to do with the music.
But a festival is an event also.
Yeah, but
like we're just about it.
the reason why I push back with Uzumaki's Village, because Uzumaki's Village is more about highlighting the DJs. And the DJs are going to do what DJs do. I think it's more that's more on like I wouldn't say that contributed anything to music.
Okay.
Like because
it probably did more contribution to the event space than the music space.
and even then,
No fair. And then Travis and Jordan are the twins you won.
Jordan, like if Jordan is in the group, like I said, you have to give it to bro.
Arguably the biggest song of the
Grammy
year.
nominated. In a thing that he's gonna like, it seems like he could very much win that. You can't. We've sat here and we've said we fuck with what Travis has done this year all year long, but you can't dismiss a Grammy nomination from a small place like Ireland.
Yeah.
Like
No, I hear that pushback because he's nominated. Let's be real, for really one song, but because how big the song is Grammy nominated, it just can't be reduced to one song because of the impact of the song. Because I think in totality, from the outside looking in, obviously this song with Lil Baby as well and Kalani, I guess.
But to be honest,
but I think from the totality, I was looking at, maybe I'm paying more attention to like what Travis and Elsa are doing as a collective, and I'm like, oh, that's their work is standing out to me more. But I'm not actually seeing the nitty and gritty of what.
Yeah, but like the thing is, sometimes you hit one home run that is so clear of everything else that if we removed essentially it's all off this one song.
Yeah.
But this one song was so gargantuan that there's not really anything anybody could have done to that. Like for Travis to have even been in the conversation, in my opinion, we're talking about number one over and over again until you get to that point, because that song was, we say song of the summer, but it lasted a whole lot longer than summer.
Yeah, well, so like it's between that and Not Like Us were the songs that you like, especially when that was only out, they couldn't scroll without girls were using it on the reels, and he did the Kalani actually jumped
Then
on
even
there.
then there was the challenge where people are doing the turning around shit.
Yeah.
Bro, like it went so clear that you just can't ignore it.
Anything that you would do, anything you would have done, like to have seen differently at the event, because I think after that, I was like,
The one thing that I will say, and it's not a problem, but I kind of like it kind of looks bad. Is that we have all these essentially guests in our house, and for like 4 awards straight, people weren't there. But naturally, the actor of the year, he was off doing the shit. He was off doing the shit. He was winning awards for. Jazzy was off doing the shit. She won award for. Who else was there? Jordan was off doing the shit. He won awards for. Like everybody wasn't there. Rashida she's in America, whatever. But it kind of feels like, I know if I was somebody hosting the event, like let's say if I was Fiona or something like that, I would like it that people were actually there to pick up their award. Yeah. Because
last year she did hit me up. She's like, someone come get the award. But obviously I was picking up Fix from the hospital. From the hospital.
But so it would be nice to have a lot more people there to pick up their award. But like I also understand it. You can't control it. Like if Rashid's not flying back for the Black Irish Awards. Do you get what I mean? Like,
it will also help boost the thing about the awards. If these names and faces aren't there, like I always say, it's because of 2022 is what it got a lot of people, because Rashida was in the room, Israel Olatunde was in the room, Dami Hope was in the room. All those names were in the room. People saw it on, and then it became, it's a clique, blah blah. So it will boost the profile. That's what I mean. It would boost the profile of the awards if you get these names, you get the photo ops, you post them. So
because that's the one thing. Obviously it's out of the organizer's control. But it would be beautiful if for all of the awards, I'm saying this as somebody that didn't pick up their award. But it would be beautiful if all the people that were there for their award actually were there and picked it up in person. Do you get what I'm saying? That, I feel like that would have been the perfect cherry on top. Yeah,
and then obviously our category, we don't need to cover this. We've
been saying this since June. We knew who was.
I think that's it. Well, any other standouts for you that you were surprised that maybe picked up an award or didn't pick up an award, or because you were in the room?
Not really.
Were you surprised that Victor wasn't nominated at all or shortlisted?
Not really.
Okay.
Like.
Because who won that? Was it Lepro?
Yeah,
I like his content.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who he is.
Oh no! I see if he does like this relationship type content with his toxic, like you know that. But he also has a girl on the other side, and she also has her own page, and they're both from Ireland. It's actually very funny.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it, but like, no. So I'm not surprised because like, did Victor hit 1 mil this year?
Last year.
After that, things have seemed very quiet.
Do you think he's running from the grind as well, or? Well, we're not gonna, who cares? We're leaving.
No,
who cares?
Who
cares?
You know what they say? After you win the Black and Irish Awards, you just stop.
You just stop. It's enough, isn't it?
It's the pinnacle, isn't it? But nah, like what's called? Shout out to them, man. Like it was a whole production. What's called?
It looks better and better. Like obviously, I actually didn't see much of it last year, but this year aesthetically, it looked the best I've seen it. Like,
100%. No, this like it's weird to see where obviously 2 years ago where it was from to where it is now, because I was like, no, this is actually like, if you told me like this was just a regular event gala that anybody threw on, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
And Katia was personality of the year, wasn't she?
Yeah.
No.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Nah, shout out Black and Irish and shout out Black and Irish Awards, man, and congrats to every single people that won. And don't let this be the end all be all, you know. Keep going, keep grinding.
One day maybe you can chat shit about the awards too. I won't call you better.
Won't call you better, because if you trash it, you haven't won, they'll tell you. They'll
tell you you're just going to go congratulate Katie.
Fuck Chico, man. Fuck Chico. But then you see that young man in New York that shot the CEO of the...
Yeah, chat to me about this. What the fuck?
So, again, I don't do deep dives into things, but then I listen to podcasts and they kind of give me the full story. I kept seeing this nigga's pictures everywhere. You scrolling, you keep seeing the same face. I don't understand the context, but I'm just keep scrolling. So apparently, this guy, I can't remember his name. Oh, Luigi or something. Yeah, Malone.
Yeah.
I kept seeing Soprano memes. That's how I got it. Apparently, he shot the CEO of the healthcare system in America because the healthcare system was fucked up and he took it in his own hand. But looking more into it, it was funny because people are kind of empathize with him and they kind of see him as an anti-hero kind of thing. And someone made a good point. So if this guy was black or brown, he'd be seen as a criminal or a terrorist.
He's terrorist. Also,
that's a valid point.
if it was slightly less attractive as well.
What is it with people that find these good-looking serial killers and they're like, yeah, because it's a thing towards time. When the serial killer is good, remember Prison Bay, the mixed race guy with prison with the he's up now. I think he's dating like a millionaire's daughter or something. So he's up. He's up. A woman will still go and date that guy. Oh man, in this life, he's pretty.
There was a woman version as well that.
I remember that one as well. I remember that week on Twitter they do blank mugshots.
Yeah, nah, people are tapped, man.
I was like, yeah, I'm here, blank mugshots. Well, I think the way they explain it, the healthcare system, it's a publicly traded company. So when you have a CEO in place, your job as a CEO is to get your investors back their money or even make them profits. So what they do is people put in money, pay their health insurance, but when it comes time for them to cash in or actually use it, they find one reason or another not to give it to them. So thousands and millions of people have died because of this guy has stopped people from getting their policies or stop people from getting the medical health that they can. What this guy then did, which is actually fucked up because it's a conflict of interest. If you're a publicly traded insurance company and you're the CEO, your benefit is to your investors and the people in charge rather than the flipping people that actually might need this healthcare. So they'll get to a stage where like you've been paying health insurance for 20 years, you finally need that health insurance and they won't give it to you. And they read more into this guy. He was also, he had apparently he was reading books about back problems, how to get rid of his back problems. So they're saying he also applied, he was living in suffering. And when he finally applied for, because he came from a rich family. So when he finally went to get his health insurance claim, they denied him. Now, bitterness and anger took over his heart, went, and he shot him in broad daylight. And from that, I was like, yeah, first, the conflict of interest. I think it's a messed up system that you would make a public health insurance a public company. Because if I'm the CEO of that company, and they were saying that these CEOs, they're just because they don't pull the trigger doesn't mean they're not murderers. They feel like they have to turn down millions of policies a year because if everybody that claims for the insurance, if they give out all that money, their investors are not making money, which means their job is in jeopardy. So I think that's kind of why, like, the context of which people are trying to give to be like, oh, this is why he's the anti-hero. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, the energy will be very different if you look differently.
The thing about this is that people like to look at things in isolation. But at what point is it okay? So at what point is it we don't like something someone does? We can just go start offing people.
Yeah.
Because if that's what it is, a lot of people gonna start getting killed.
Yeah, someone I think in Florida, a woman, she didn't like a service that she got, and then she says she made a comment about like people know your face on their CEO, or people know your face, and she got arrested because now it becomes a thing. It's like you get a service that you don't like. Are you going to retaliate? Or, yeah, we can't live in an outlaw world that this is the thing. But also, how do you hold these people accountable at the top? Because I understand, like I can understand the frustration. Like you're paying for something for 20 years, your mom finally needs this service, or her life is in hell, and then you get declined. How do you? Is there a thing that they have to remove this thing from being like, okay, this cannot be a public trade? Because America is a capitalist country. So any company that you start, you make it go public, you get invested, you get shares, you're in the stock market, you make more money. But at the same time, I was like, it's not going to work, and people are not going to take this job. And the people to take that job and to be like in a position where could you do that job where you have to tell people basically charge it.
The funny thing is, I actually know somebody that was doing one of those jobs, and she was like, it was just very mentally draining. I think there was one natural disaster in America, and they were calling up the insurance company to like claim and shit like that, and it's just like telling people like, yeah, your house is gone, but sorry, Bob, there's nothing I can do for you.
God.
But like that, but that's the thing. That's the nature of insurance companies.
Yeah.
Like even if your insurance, if your insurance lapsed over a day and something happens to you, they're gonna look at you and be like, yeah, you've been paying this for 10 years, but you missed one payment, so you're no longer insured, and that's what they're there to do.
So the whole thing is to not pay.
That's what insurance, like, what's called. That's why people are like, if they want to stop police killing black people, everybody get insurance. Everybody get life insurance, because when the insurance companies get involved, they're doing everything in their power to make sure it's not their problem or somebody else has to pay.
Because then the bottom line, if everybody has health insurance, okay. Yeah, all of a sudden they'll be like, reform the police.
Bro, you wouldn't even need to tell somebody reform the police, because all of their lawyers will start getting involved with everything, and they'll be like, it's actually not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, but at the end of the day, that's why it's not. I don't think it's up to us to keep these people in check. It's up to the government to keep these people in check.
Right,
You get what I'm saying?
It becomes a lawless country. That if you don't like someone does, you just go deal with it yourself. When does that stop? Because it could be any minor inconvenience. But I think
but to be honest, their healthcare system is fucked from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, people do not resuscitate tattoos and shit. Because if you take me to the hospital in the ambulance and you hit me with the bill, you might as well just let me die.
Yeah, because some people go bankrupt and have to sell their houses just to pay for medical procedures.
People saying it costs what was it, like 20 grand or something like that to have a kid?
To have a kid, to give birth, if you call the ambulance.
You know, I've never understood I can't afford to have a kid until I heard that. Because I thought they were talking about like nappies and diapers and shit.
Like Dongo said, it was $15.99 for a price of milk.
But like, I don't know. The whole system was fucked from the jump. Like, you can't. At what point can you not blame the CEO? Because at the end of the day, I'm here to make me and mine's money. And I'm just technically doing my job, right? Yeah. It's on the people that are supposed to care about you to protect you, not me. So why am I catching a bullet? Because I'm doing what the fuck I'm meant to do. Yeah,
because if I don't do that, then I am affected, my family's affected. And at the end of the day, it's like watching up. Everybody looks out for theirs and theirs.
Yeah.
And that's what you should do. But again, so it also takes, like you were saying, your friend found it mentally draining. Some people some people being in those jobs, some of them enjoy it. They enjoy the power, and they know what potentially comes with it. It's like, I was listening to a podcast and said, the guy said, my parents did ethical jobs because they taught dancing, and they made they say we're so lucky that we get to do an ethical job. Some people, like you're saying, work for insurance. You have to call the insurance and say, yeah, but what kind of windows did you have? We had plain windows, whatever. Or in the insurance policy says, if you have these kind of windows, you're not covered. Like these, and you have to tell someone that them and their family are homeless, and it's a hard place to be, but I guess somebody has to do it.
Yeah, but like, that's just, it just goes back to this thing where I don't know what kind of world people think we live in. Like, even people saying that, being a billionaire is wrong because you shouldn't have to amass all this wealth, and like, getting there, you've probably fucked over so many people, and like, you could have just paid your workers more and everything. I could have, but I'm not going to. what the fuck are we talking about? Like,
because people think the world is from the outside, you want the world to be idealistic, innit?
Yeah,
you want the world to make sense as you exist in the world.
Yes, but at what point at what point do we just stop living in the idea and realize that we live in reality? And the reality is that nobody gives, like, if we keep it about, nobody gives a fuck about you outside of your maybe. I didn't want to say 20 people. Maybe if you have a big family, let's say 20.
Yeah.
Outside of those 20 people, and even in those 20, some of them want to snake you.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about you. And just the minute you get that into your brain and you realize that, look, the government isn't here to help me. They're going to say they are.
Nobody's coming to save you.
Nobody's coming to save you. You got to save yourself.
Yeah.
So that CEO, I know what's on the other side of this, so I'm going to make sure my family's up so we never have to deal with that.
Yeah. My friend used to say, like, the only people that go to bed thinking about you is maybe your mom and your dad. Maybe.
Literally.
That's the only two people that go to bed actually thinking about you and your well-being at most. Like, okay, maybe your mom and your dad, that's the people that go to bed thinking about you.
And I hope your wife.
Hopefully.
But outside of that, like, let's even go to uni students. How many of us go to uni and kind of low-key forget our parents exist for a while? Until we call.
Until they call, and they have to call you. And they be like, oh, you're having so much fun. You're like, oh yeah, crap.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
You see their phone, and then you even see their phone call, and you even be like, I'll call it back. A week has gone, you've not called.
Exactly. So it's just like, like, bro, let's stop living in this delusional world.
Yeah,
of like,
Luigi Malone, I because of how you look and because of maybe who you did it to, people are giving you this. Oh yeah, anti-hero tag, but Deji's right. Like, we can't live in a world of anti-heroes, because where do we draw the line? And speaking of billionaires, you see they grabbed Hove.
Yeah, but apparently that thing's falling apart.
Yeah, quickly, because apparently, from what I heard, this is this lawyer's shtick. This is what he does, because a lot of celebrities or wealthy people, they settle. They don't want this. They don't want this publicity. What?
It's not worth the stress.
Yeah, they don't want this. Yeah, exactly. They don't want this publicity on their name. But because, from what I heard, anyways, he knew that this was this lawyer shtick. He's like, no, let's fight. And I didn't read it. I heard about his release from the Breakfast Club, and he said, if this was such a crime, a big crime you're accusing me of, make it a federal case. Don't just make it legal, because Jay-Z has $1 billion. He can fight this. And it's another thing. It's like, he has a 13-year-old daughter. She's gonna hear about this, because people are like, I hear it. Diddy was defensive quick. That turned out being true. And people are like, oh, he's very defensive quick. The other side is like, if you get accused of this, you say nothing, or you're gonna be very defensive, because you don't want this to be on your name. So
Lose-lose situation.
What?
Lose-lose
Exactly,
situation.
yeah. But obviously, selfishly, like we talked about the kind of thing with Mick, you don't want the people that you kind of like. You don't want these to be pieces of shit. You don't want them to be pieces of shit. You're like, when these things come out, you're kind of like, man, Hove as well. Like, who are they gonna get everywhere?
Like, if we're keeping it a buck, there's been shit about Hove since.
Like what?
What's her name? What's that female rapper that? No, not even Aaliyah. There's Leah.
Yeah, I heard that one.
There's, what's her name? Foxy Brown. Apparently he was doing with her,
I don't know.
and she was underage.
Oh, she was okay.
Apparently,
Beyonce was 19. That's what they told. They still run. That's he can't. Beyonce was like, and he did cheat on Solange. But no, I hear, obviously, like we're saying, to amass that level of wealth and power, there's moments where you're going to have to be, like, in life, a piece of shit. But I don't want to, like, I'd rather, like I'm saying, if I was ignorant to it, it would be better, because you don't want, like I've said on the rap so many times, 99 problems, 39 English class. And I've spent the whole year listening to hip hop. It's like, this was the genesis of my love for hip hop. But then you grow up and you see, like, humanizing these people kind of ruins it a little bit for you, because you're like, oh, these people are just people and they're pieces of shit, and it sucks because I thought you were cool one stage. Now you gotta see you as a person you are, and it just kind of taints the image. Even when this came out, as defensive as he was, I'm like, yeah, but Bill Cosby was defensive, yeah, or Kelly was defensive, P Diddy was defensive. What was the outcome? So it's even hard to give anybody the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Oh, actually,
it's difficult.
But just on that, did you see there's a news
Yeah.
where they interviewed
Yeah, that's what Deji saying. Yeah, and then her story started to change a bit. Yeah,
but I saw.
somebody accusing you of sexual assault.
I remember I was listening to someone said, like, when these things aren't true or false, they said, where do I go get my reputation back? Because to Deji's point is like, once this is on your name, sometimes it's got to charge it. Like it is, because it happens so often, and it's so, like, when people usually, when they accuse you, more likely or not, it has to be true. So when it isn't, they were like, oh, and there's the argument is, for the most part, it doesn't really say, oh, it ruins men's life. But then you look at, like, the president of the United States, and you look at several men who were still able to continue on their life without it actually having too much of an effect. That's the argument that people give. It's like, for for one false one, there's actually like loads more true ones. So it's just the nature of the game, I guess.
Yeah, but what's it called? I saw there's one lady that she's dead now, but she's like, I had Jay-Z's son, and the nigga looks exactly like mad like Jay. But that's not what I was gonna say. Do you see R. Kelly's baby mom's is coming out and she's talking now because everyone was like, oh, how could you leave your kids with that monster or whatever? She was like, the judge had what's called split custody, and one day her daughter calls her and it's like she's like, this day the day that she thought, she was like, oh, she thinks all of this shit, like she actually got abused or whatever, and like her daughter called her in tears like, oh, can you come get me, I don't want to stay here, I don't want to do whatever. So she calls the police and she's like, my daughter wants me to come get her, like, can I go get her? And the police were like, unless something happened and your daughter came out and said that something happened, you can't go over there, because if you go over there and he decides to shoot you or whatever, there's nothing we can do about it, kind of a situation. So she just had to leave her daughter there, kind of a situation. And she's like, everybody coming at her saying that, oh, she's a bad mom, like, you knew he was abusive and all of this, like, why didn't you get your kids out of there? She's like, so all you people that were saying that, it was like, I was put in the legal situation where she literally couldn't do anything, kind of a situation. But because I know, I'm when the whole surviving R. Kelly thing did come out, people were like, what kind of mother would leave her kids there and all this kind of shit? Yeah. And it's so weird because like with stuff like family court and stuff like that, it really is, especially if you're the one with money, you really can just
make it go away. Yeah, and then to back to Hov, it's like just like Diddy or Kelly and Cosby, usually sometimes when one of them comes out, it starts to snowball. So like just because you make this one go away, from what we've seen over the last 10 years, like even Harvey Weinstein, if you go into white space, when one starts to come out, it from what we've seen, it doesn't tend to just stop there. Maybe, okay, this one, the story, she's getting her stories mixed up. Again, these things, preferably you don't want anybody to get abused. So like, okay, maybe you don't want all of this fuck shit to be true, but like Deji saying, we don't live in an idealistic world. Real shit happens in real life. So just even on that stuff, because sometimes I'm like, yeah, there's no. You hear this and it goes away, but from what I've seen over the last 10 years, the snowball effect starts.
Also, at what point do I have to consider the fact that niggas are dropping from pneumonia, apparently all over the place?
Where?
What's it called? There's like 3 people that are connected to Diddy that all died from pneumonia. Yeah. Niggas getting hit. How? Like, at what point is it like somebody pulled up to her house saying, look, drop the shit or it's about to go down for you? And also, even with the whole court case, all right, so I'm a billionaire that all of the media fuck with me. I can't just start slipping stories out left, right, center.
You control the narrative.
Exactly. Do you get what I'm saying? I start ruining this woman's reputation and all this. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, she might just look at it like, is it worth this?
Yeah. So I guess, So, anyways, we move from that as well. Did you watch Jamie Foxx? You should watch Jamie Foxx's special.
I'm going to watch it.
He is easily the most talented person I've ever seen. Because
Jamie Foxx is unnaturally talented. It's actually unfair.
It's not even like a stand-up. It's like him acting, telling comedy, and doing music in one. It's like, don't watch it as like I'm going to laugh. Just don't remove that yet. Remove that mindset. I'm going to laugh, because you will have moments of laughter. Yeah. But don't look at it. It's gonna be hit. Watch it from like, I'm going to watch. It's a one-man show. Even at the end when he gets on the piano, I'm like, what? This is unfair.
He's crazily talented.
I want 2% of that talent.
Fam, even 1%. Because where the fuck was I when God was handing out talent? Because bro, that nigga hoarded that shit. He went back in line 5 times. Like, there's some people, I know people hate him in school because you're probably good at sports, and then you're coming and you're playing piano like this.
Yeah. Fuck off, man. Because he did that thing where he had to. You reminded us what he did. You say you know, some people said like, look at my CV, and I was looking at it. I was like, this guy is good. This guy is good. Nah, shout out Jamie. That was my recommendation.
Did you watch the show I told you to watch?
No, I didn't have time.
Oh, fuck off, man.
Because Friday night I was out, and Saturday I was doing shopping.
Nah, I told him to watch a show called Love Never Lies. It's based in South Africa, right? So they've got some couples, and essentially the prize spot starts at 500,000 rand, right?
Yeah.
And every lie you tell, the pot gets decreased by 10k. Every truth you tell, the pot gets increased by 10k or whatever. So, the couples come into the house. They ask them a couple questions or whatever. They ask, obviously, you lie or tell the truth. They have one, like this system, whatever, that essentially a lie detector system that tells you if you're lying or not. Then they split the 2 couples up. So then they put a bunch of singles in one house while the other couple is just in this little tiny cabin. just chilling. So then they record, they do everything they do, and then the couple that are in the partners that are in the cabin get to see what their couples are up to. It's like Love Island on crack, low key. And then while they see all of that, they give you a little clip version, and then you can pay, I think, an extra 5,000 rand to see the extended version. So people are
that's
mad.
actually that's like going to Casa More and then having that option.
Yeah.
So you get to see your people over in Casa More.
and then also offer the clips, because the questions that they're asking aren't regular questions. Bro, the first ceremony.
How do you know that line? You type your lie detector.
I think they said they have one whole system, whatever. Okay. But like, so it's like you almost like confessional. You're in the room. Yeah. They ask you a question, bro. One of the questions is what the first question they asked this dude: did you fuck your girl's best friend? Guy goes, yes, truth. It just goes crazy from there. But anyway, so when you're stuck in the small villa or whatever, you're seeing everything your partner is doing or whatever, and then they ask them specific questions on like what happened. So like, bro, that's why I said watch it. We could have come to gist, man.
I need to go. No, just because Friday obviously was date night, and then Saturday we left early to do shopping, and we're out for the day. No, it's good. It was good to kind of just hang out with the missus again, you know.
Yeah.
It was nice. They just said you get cheeks. This guy's insane. You think I'm gonna pay for a date? I'm joking. Her body, her choice. You know all this. you know how this goes. No.
What's called? You know when they say like oh wait, actually, have you seen this cooking with Kaya shit? I don't get it. I don't get
why she's rattling everybody.
No, you know what it is, yeah.
Cooking with Kaya.
But you know what it is, yeah. Like, I think it's just sometimes the internet picks certain things, and a couple of people will say it's this, so now all of a sudden it's this.
Because what they're beefing away because she's cooking and she's twerking.
She's throwing some cheeks, and it's not even like Meg level cheeks throwing.
Yeah. But you know, DDG was with her, yeah. Next day, Halle Bailey posted one thirst trap like this. I said, DDG looked at his phone, biz. I saw that thirst trap. I was like, fair play, DDG, man. Because I don't like. It's sometimes like, remember that girl Bobby Altoff or whatever. It's like sometimes the internet just picks like the simplest thing and they just blow it up, and you're watching it. You're like, am I wrong here? Am I the one missing what everybody? Because I'm trying to go to our page. I was like, I don't get what
like the food is cool. It's not like incredible, and the cheeks are cool, but it's not like,
and the content is cool. It's not like the content is like okay. It's the content aspect. There's not a single aspect of it that's elite.
Do you get what I mean?
Like it's not the cheeks, the cooking, or the like actual. Like,
and you know what? Even when you take all those Infinity Stones and combine them, I still don't see anything crazy.
But that's like you're saying,
because now I'm seeing, and the thing is, on the internet sometimes I don't know if people are trolling or not. Because this guy made a thing, and she's like, oh, where'd you get the recipe? He's like, oh, cook with Kai. She literally flung the plate, and I'm just like, this has to be a troll.
I saw people doing think pieces with their background. They said girls are getting mad because guys are saying that she's basic. No, it's the thing is when guys look at this, she looks attainable. What do we do? Because obviously you've seen her, like, nothing looks extraordinary.
Yeah, she's a regular person.
Yeah, and so she starts doing like all you girls thinking like you have to be extra, but no, men just like these attainable ones that they know they can talk to. But if I was like, how does the internet find a way to make the simplest thing? But shout out to her though. Like I don't even know how she got DDG on. I don't know.
DDG got her on.
Oh, was it the other way around?
Sure. Yeah. But once again, once you get viral, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody looks at you, streamers, content creators, all those people. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Funnily enough, actually, I was on TikTok the other day, and this guy was like, "Take the song Cater to You," right? Are they really catering to men in that song? Because he was like, okay, these are the lyrics. Let me read the lyrics to you, right? Okay, you inspire me to be better. You challenge me for the better. Sit back and let me pour out my love letter, right? Let me help you. Take off your shoes, untie your shoestrings, take off your cufflinks. You want to eat boo? Let me feed you. Run your bath water, whatever you desire. For you, yeah. Would you look at that and be like,
that's for the women?
Would you look at that and be like, oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. The woman's supposed to do that to you.
Yeah, the woman's do that to you.
Okay.
Whatever you desire, I'll supply you. Sing you a song. Turn the game on. Brush your hair, and help you put your durag on and give you a foot rub and manicure.
I don't.
To you, is that like, oh my god, yes, my babes is catering to me?
But what
don't answer my question with a fucking question. No, I know this guy too well.
I don't do any of that.
No, I'm not saying you
Oh
do it.
yeah, no.
Obviously, the song is catered to you, so it's her catering
Nah,
to.
that doesn't care to me.
But
Really.
so it's like, is that because obviously catered to you is that song, isn't it?
Yeah.
But is that like, if your woman came home and did all these things for you, would you be like, oh, you know what? I've been pampered by my wife. She's really catering to me.
Nah, I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, no, the cooking aspect, yes. But the other stuff, like taking off my shoes, feeding me, putting on like.
Hey, wait. Before we shit on getting fed, hey, feed me and stroke my beard.
Have you had that with a grape? with a sweet one in the grease. Like, yeah.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna take that. Not every day though, like, because women eat mad slow, and I'm just trying to eat.
The one day you're very hungry. That's just
You know what I'm saying? Bro, leave my beard. Let me eat this thing, bro. But yeah, so because we were saying that, and I was like, you know what?
What does catering to you look like?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, that's what.
Don't answer my question with a fucking question.
because that's catered to you. I guess. Do you know what? Sometimes. Do you know what it is? Sometimes that's woman's song, isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's from they think. I think it will tie into that point that you made. Did you raise me to be a man, or did you raise from an idea of what a man is? Mm-hmm. So they probably have an idea of what it is to cater to a man, and then they think those things is actually catering to the guy.
Yeah, because like I'm looking at it. Yeah, let me cater to you because baby, this is your day.
Yeah.
Do anything for my man, baby. You blow me away.
Yeah.
I got your slippers, your dinners, your dessert, and so much more. Bro, it's food.
But food gets to the man. Gets.
To be honest, we do have an episode called what's called Treat Men Like Dogs. Feed us or rob us and we're good.
Because there's men, if there's a work wife that's bringing them food every day, they might start sidelining the work wife. If she's cooking, if she's doing cooking with Kaya, bringing it to you to work on a day to day.
Let me spin the block back real quick, right? Back to Love Never Lies, right?
Yeah.
So there's one couple, the wife is like, bro, he's just not fucking me.
Oh,
Like he's just not giving me the cheeks. Like he's just not giving me the dick. And she's like, it makes her feel unattractive. And he's like, oh man, like I don't know, she's just not consistent. Like if you're not fucking my brain, I can't really get there, whatever, right? So when they get separated, they bring in a snow bunny. First of all, snow bunny's not even anything great looking. Always throwing cheeks. I don't know why. Every scene she's throwing cheeks beats the snow bunny. They're together for like.
wait, are they in a couple? Like with the girl?
Yeah, the girl he's with is his girlfriend relationship for years.
Okay.
And so obviously when they go away, Snow Bunny comes in and she's on him. She's pressing, high press, bro.
Club-like.
My guy beats the Snow Bunny. I'm just looking at it like, there is nothing that this nobody said that fucked your mind that you made her want to. He just got excited over a new pussy.
Yeah.
So now in those situations where this work wife is bringing you food, are you just excited over a new pussy that's like that wants to talk to you?
If particularly if they're also attractive, but men will crumble. Imagine a girl that you deem, even if she was like, oh, she's all right. At first, let's say you give her base level 5 or 6. Yeah, that's all right, but I'm not going to jeopardize my relationship for 5 or 6. Let's say, for example. Later on, now this one was doing cooking with Kaya. She becomes an 8 or 9. now you start to men start to rationalize it in their head. They be like, yeah, but this one, like you're saying, we don't beat. You begin to rationalize it, and before you know it, Christmas work party.
But you know what it is? You know what I think it is sometimes, yeah? Like men just want to feel pretty, bro. Like it's the intention of like, oh my god, this girl's chatting to me and she wants me.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
your wife might kind of be like, yeah, that's Jordan, man.
Yeah, I think we've had an episode where we talked about this. A lot of guys don't get moved to, they don't get compliments. So when they do, they don't have to.
Honestly, I've actually never understood that, man. That whole
because you get compliments.
hey, yo,
Then you said I can't relate.
bro, I can't. But you know what?
Fuck this
But
guy,
you know what it is, yeah. No, but even outside of me, I see niggas get complimented all the fucking time.
Also, a part of it is also you're not getting complimented by the caliber of women that you would probably. Some guys might get complimented, like maybe you. You get complimented, you're like, oh, okay, but that might not be the caliber of women that you might get.
Yeah, but
then you hear it from a. From I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. These niggas that do the woe is me. Nobody ever compliments me. One girl told me I had a nice jacket and that made my year. Shut the fuck up. First of all, shut the fuck up because there's probably people that have complimented you. You just don't want to take it.
Yeah. But because the girl stood out because he found her attractive.
Yeah, but then that's your perspective. That's your perspective needs to change. Start taking compliments from people that aren't
You
attractive.
get complimented by women.
See, Rod said yes.
Obviously, he's gonna say. What's he gonna say? No. I don't. Only my wife. Only my wife compliments me.
Yeah. That's why we don't even ask you.
See?
Yeah,
See,
no,
that's what I mean.
no, but like I'm not saying it's nice to get a compliment. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? But some of these niggas do woe is me. Like I haven't gotten a compliment in 5 years, and when somebody compliments me, I'm just gonna hold on to that for the rest. Shut the fuck up. Like, cause so you're telling me in 5 years somebody has said, "Oh, your trim looks nice," or "You look like you dressed nice today," bro. Spray some perfume. Spray some perfume before you go out. Somebody will say, "Oh, you smell nice." Like.
I hear her, and so some guys it's like it just hits different because of who it is. Like you're saying, you might say, "Oh, nice trim," but they're not receptive of it because some people might just want to hear it from their babes. Like, yeah, but I never hear from my babes. So in their mind, they never get compliments because the one person that they want to compliment them never compliments them, or their baby never compliments them. But that girl that they kind of see at Starbucks every day and smiles at them, that girl now compliments them. Now they feel like, oh,
but that's a logical guru. That's just like,
that's what people do.
Yeah, but my point is, okay, funnily enough, because in the back to the show again, there's one couple, right? There's one couple, right? So the girl, the woman is cool, and the guy is kind of punching, and he's at every opportunity. This girl tells her that her man is not her type.
God.
Her type is tall, dark, and handsome. Her man is short and light skinned. Also, she's used to like being around rich men, niggas that got money and shit like that. He ain't that. So he's got this complex like I think she's gonna leave me. I think she's you know.
Yeah.
But
sometimes
naturally,
you know as well.
Yeah, but naturally she, not that she caused it, but from the jump, the way she talks about her man is just like, yeah, he's not my type. He's not my type. He's not my type.
This time I wouldn't originally look at him.
I think she said that bar for bar. Bar for bar,
I think I was
bro.
listening to a podcast and they said women need to stop saying that. Women need to stop that rhetoric. I wouldn't originally look at him, but after we got chatting.
But when I said it, I don't want the I wore you down until we got a date and now we're married. Fuck off. Be on me from the jump, bro.
It wasn't my story, but my mom just had an enlightenment. We actually are good together.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because it feels like you looked around, you saw me, you looked away, you looked around again, you saw me, you looked away, and then eventually, you know what it is, yeah? You actually know what it feels like, right? You know when you're at home, yeah, and you go to the fridge, you open the fridge, and you look, and there's nothing there, so you close the fridge. You go again, and then you're like, fuck it, I'm actually hungry. You come back, you open the fridge, you look at it, there's still nothing there, you close the fridge. And then at that last time, that bread has been there the whole time, but you don't want bread.
I'm gonna make toast.
Yeah, and then that's when
I need something.
That's when at 4 a.m. you're on your private story. You say, you know what, bread and butter slaps, you know.
I wouldn't originally look. That wouldn't have been my first choice. But now that I've had it, it's actually good.
Do you know what I mean? Bro, don't treat me like the back of the bread.
Yeah. Back to your story. So she basically not really her type.
Yeah, her man really isn't her type and all that kind of shit. New babes comes in on him. Now man is doing body shots of the scale.
In this life, don't sell it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I feel like a lot of times, yeah, I think apart from the whole excitement of new pussy or whatever, right? Sometimes it's just that your wife's interest in you. Sometimes it's not that she doesn't desire you.
Yeah.
But you feel that desire a little less.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same when you guys were first linking. She's
Yeah.
rubbing on your face, doing all this. Now it's just you come home, bro. We got bills to pay.
Yeah.
But then this girl is coming and saying, "Oh my God, you're such a good man."
Yeah.
And you just start flaring.
Yeah.
Bro,
Men
niggas-
are ego-led.
Men and women are as different as people like to make them seem.
Yeah.
Because that's also why women be, "Oh my God, he just makes me feel so pretty."
Yeah.
You too. She makes you feel handsome.
Yeah, I think we normalize the situations in which we live in.
Yeah.
And then because it's like Morris just said this, Meal says like 90% of life is admin. Like you wake up, you put petrol in your car, you go to work, and like you said, when I pick up bread on the way home, you pick up bread. Like that's 90% of life. So then when someone gives you that 10% that maybe you had when you were 22, now that you're 32, and you feel like, wow, I haven't had this feeling of like someone's like touching my arm or bringing me food, or we're going on a lunch date and we're laughing. And people fall for that 10%, and then they chase that 10%. But when in chasing that 10%, when that 10% becomes you normalize that 10%, it will just be like 90% of what you were running.
Yeah, but
people don't know that though. They feel like what's missing.
But when you look at it, yeah, obviously, like when you talk to your wife now, yeah, there's so much that encompasses that. There's the stress of dealing with the kid, the stress of dealing with the house. Like when you look at her, as much as all the beautiful things are there, there's also all the
stress attached.
Bro, this is life and stress attached.
Yeah.
When you meet this new girl, obviously, there's none of that. It's just you're just flirting. So of course it seems exciting. Yeah. Of course it seems cool.
I agree with you. It's fine. But sometimes men don't have that common sense, and sometimes it's like it's been a rut for so long that excitement actually like sells them. Like for example, I'm early in my marriage. I'm like 3 years in. But some people are in that like system of like kids, bills, school drops, parent teacher meetings, work till late. They're in that for like that 10, 15 years of their life. So that 10% is like, wow. Of course it's going to feel like my life has midlife crisis. My life has been in such a rut. Now I'm getting it over. And I get it. People should understand that of course it's going to feel exciting. But if you just apply that same person to your life now, it's the exact same thing. If your wife was your work wife, you have the exact same thing. You
know why that's so true? Because the minute you have to get your babes back, she looks 10 times more attractive.
I said Ali Berry, the one she posted.
Fam?
I said DDG threw his phone across the room. He said, when you have to go back to win your bitch back mode, it's so annoying.
Fam.
They be looking good.
Fam.
Thank God I don't
and
do
then
it again.
that's when they start getting spiteful and posting all the time. And you're looking like, bro, I ain't seen this you in a minute.
And then it'd be the little thing that trigger you. She'll put up new nails and be like, who picked those colors? Because I used to pick those colors.
Bro!
So who's picking those colors now? Because it's me that did it before.
What's the tiniest, probably most insignificant thing that maybe when you're in your girl mode back that happened that you're like, oh shit, it might be over?
Or something to do with a car.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, it was something to do with a car. It was a game as well because it was a friend's car. I fell for it. I fell for it. Not that I missed those days, but those days are funny. No, in hindsight, those days are like
don't let me come pick you up and you're playing drill.
I saw properly really offended.
What?
No one to trap these men.
Babes, you've never listened to anyone in your life. Which nigga are you fucking with?
Who's so you listen to that new K-Trap? What are you talking about? It's actually my babe. If it's not shirt, I don't want to hear it.
With Simi, if it came out after 2005, it's somebody new.
I don't want to hear it. Because me, when I was running around screaming mustard, it's like, would you stop? And I should hear it everywhere. Like, I told you, this is... I don't want to hear it. But yeah, I think it was like... It was that thing. It was a car, but it was her and a friend went on a lunch day or something. And she put up the car. I'm triggered. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, should I just drive to her house now and wait there? You know them ones. Like, if I just drive there now, I can just wait, just be on my phone, okay. But all these go straight. What about you? What was the littlest insignificant thing? Why do you think a car is insignificant? I think that's a play they do.
No, that's definitely a play. Low key, you know what? It might have been when I linked her and she had new nails and I knew nothing about it. You know, because it's like...
I'm getting my nails done.
Yeah, I'm getting my nails done.
Yeah.
Or I'm going here at this time, and all of a sudden, those aren't the nails you had yesterday. Those aren't the nails you had last week. All of a
sudden, men are observative. Oh, now we pay attention. I'll tell you a funny story. I was listening to Raise Your Head, and GTG were on it, yeah, because it's public. GTG were on it, and Tommy was telling a story about Wumi called him, and Wumi texted, we need to talk. And they said this whole day. Right?
Ruined. Absolutely ruined.
He said he called her on the phone and she was still playing the Netflix in the back. And so he started paying attention to everything. He's like, wow, she didn't even stop the film to listen to what I had to text Wumi. I was like, that's not nice.
No,
honestly, not nice.
Arguing with your babes has to be the most annoying.
No, you pay attention to everything. Because she was like, oh, now he knows my difference in my mood. I said, yeah, because it's affecting him now.
Yeah,
now he's observing.
You know the ones you walk in and you say, it smells like trouble.
Oh man, I was like, it's those when your baby's not happy, you pick up on everything all of a sudden. Any other time you just miss everything. Like,
you get what I'm saying? Or it's like, even when it's like, you usually text me at this time. It's 8:00 and you haven't texted me. Who are you fucking?
Bro said he went to the gym and they asked him how was the gym. He says, I couldn't really work out. And she just skipped past it. I was like, you pick up on all the little things. But yeah, I think those there when the nails are done, it's a color that usually then she'll know your favorite color, so she'll do different styles, but she'll keep your color in there somehow. Then my color is not there. So
bro, you didn't even consult me between which one is this? Which should I get or
put my color back now? You know Chelsea put it inside.
You know the ones. What happened to the days when you put my initials on your nails?
And you call them dick grabbers and say, I can't wait to touch.
Oh man. Nah, man. Relationships is funny.
Thankfully, mine is now. It's like those days. The boy did they exist? Mainly my fault, but boy did they exist. Now it's like stable, flat line.
And we thank God because the volatileness is long, bro.
Especially with like you're saying with everyday admin, and then you add toxicity and volatileness. Nah.
Because imagine having to come take care of your kid, and then now you're beefing as well.
Before I could run to Balbriggan, I run to my mom's house. I'm not seeing you. I'll see you. We argued Friday. Okay, we both have more to do. I'll text you. We'll text Thursday. I'll be like, let me calm down. Let me see you. See you.
When you get into one of those situations where it's like we're beefing, right, and you ain't text me and I text you, who breaks first and what makes you want to be like
before or now?
Before
me, because I want to fuck. Because a lot of times it's because I want to smash. A lot of times obviously I love my girl. Well, a lot of times it's like, could you really use it somewhere right now? Let me go swallow my pride. No, but after, like, I'm not even, that was it. But then after, then you're like, then after you're trying to get back in the good graces, then you realize how much you really fucked up. You're like, I actually have to grovel. What about you? When you're in those situations, are you always the one to initiate the...
More time just because... Yeah, more times probably me, just because it's just like... Bro, man, I'm trying to cuddle, man.
Nigga said cuddle.
Bro, man, I'm trying to cuddle, man.
What a soft
Hey, look, what can I say? I'm a soft you, man.
We'll argue on like a Sunday. We'll get to like Tuesday, Wednesday. The weekends coming. And sometimes like I remember I was telling you when we were doing that, we were fixing the shelves in my house. I love hanging out with Simi. Like away from the sexual thing. I actually just like hanging out with her. And so sometimes like I was like, what am I going to do this weekend? It's like I don't really want to hang out with anybody else. Like I just want to go to either go Dundrum, we used to just go get in car, go Dundrum, go Five Guys. Like so to get to the weekend, I'm like, I don't really want to spend my weekend doing anything else but hanging out with Simi. So that also was a part. Obviously, the sexual element also I'm not gonna deny it was a part of it.
Yeah, it's not. It's like,
but that also was a part of like I get 2 days in a weekend and I have to be back at 5 hours on a Monday. Let me actually just hang out with the person I actually would like to hang out with.
Yeah, but you know what's so weird? That's what like we're saying. People that don't fuck with their babies on like a friendship level, I don't understand. Because it's like that's the person you spend the most time with. Would it not be someone that you like spending time with?
Yeah. A lot of people start a relationship on the artificial surface level, and when that kind of fades, and they actually have to see each other for the people they are, they can't connect on that level, but they don't want to leave either. If that makes sense. Like we've had graces and luck that the people that we're actually with were actually like our boys, and we could hang around with them. And once you get past the attraction and the surface level, like the surface level stuff, you realize, oh, okay, we're still pretty cool. Some people don't have that grace.
Yeah, but like the more your girl becomes your girl, the less of her being done with you see.
Yeah.
So at what point is it just going to be like, I actually just don't like you?
I say pretty quick. Remember, I was saying that I'd be walking around the house and Simi would just be listening to the pod loud, like no headphones on, just listen to the pod. I think Fiona was here. She said, "Oh, she must really love you." I'm like, obviously she loves me. I was still like shock you because people do coexist and live together, and they just don't like each other because, like we're saying, you're seeing each other at the bare. You're doing the everyday nitty and gritty life, and there's some people for some reason.
But I'm not gonna lie, it's just I don't know. In my head, I just can't contextualize that because that just baffles me.
Yeah, no,
like how could you not be like boys with the person that you're supposed to be with forever? Well, obviously forever is not as long in these days because like you said, 5 years
we'll check you 5 years.
But like I just don't get it.
I agree with you. I see what you're saying, but I just think it's a lot of people when they start off point with based on one thing, and some people they're moving like 6 months in when they're still fresh and new and everything is like handy and dandy. You're still doing weekend girlfriend. All of a sudden you want to move together. We all know within the first year how exciting everything is. Like, you're texting at work, you still want to get back on. But to your point, you see them at their bare, not done up, from the gym, going to the gym, like sick. And after a while, you're like, oh, if you do not like this person, this is not gonna last.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Because I know it's hard to contextualize, but some people live that reality.
I think also because of work conversationalists, like. I actually, if I'm interested in you and like you're my babes, I actually want to know every little. Like I want to know. Okay, you have this weird take that if you do this means you're nervous. If you do this, do you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, I actually want to know those things. But for some people that end up in like long term relationships, and it's like, you know, the ones that I don't understand. You get married and then you find out that your partner doesn't want kids.
Yeah.
How the fuck how did we get there?
How did
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you always thought it was like, oh, everybody wants kids, and you never had that conversation. I think I would like to think it's more common maybe from our parents' generation because they got married a lot of for functionality, and then they realize as people they probably don't like each other like that. I think our generation, like you're saying, people tend to, I would hope so, talk more and hang out with their partners.
But that's what I'm finding. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because I think for people like us and like people that we know that are like us, that obviously we talk. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I don't think we're gonna be able to get literally, essentially, yeah. We wouldn't be able to get into a relationship or a situation without having extensive conversations with the person that we're with, right? But I'm just kind of like, there's certain things like, okay, even with like when somebody has a kid, do you guys not say, oh, what if? I know girls love to do the if I was a woman, would you still love me?
Yeah.
But like within those conversations, you really find out like, yo, this person's kind of tapped.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't even know how people get there. But I would, to my point, I was saying I was hoping less of it because at least we get the benefit of maybe dating and talking and getting even talking stages. And sometimes with dead talking stages because you were talking to that person like, I don't like you as a person, so why would I give more of myself to you as a person? You know? And like I said I missed the point I was gonna say at the beginning there. I actually completely missed the point. Yeah, I missed it. Oh yeah, someone said one day your man went out looking for hoes and then he found you because that's true though. It's true because some people you went out, you're at a festival, and say, yeah, where the hoes at? And now that's your girl. Now you build a life together, so it's okay. It's just that's how it began.
Start looking for hoes.
And he found you, and I think a lot because some relationship they will start on that surface level and they're not conversationalists and they don't probe and they don't talk. They just kind of go through the motions. Now you're 3 years in with someone that you don't even
like.
Because deep how quick 3 years goes. Like 3 years is basically the how long we've been doing this. So, but
That's been that long.
the February, like the rebrand was like February March of 2021.
So, quick question,
Yeah,
Dilemma's a ditch.
let's go.
Stupid one. Would you rather get? Wait, hold on 1 second. Would you rather never work again
Yeah.
or get McDonald's for life? The never work again. You're capped on your salary now. You're never allowed to earn more than you earn now, but you never have to work again. Or, I think the thing was like if you get McDonald's, you earn a certain amount of money every time you eat McDonald's. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this properly. Yeah, so you get McDonald's, but you have to have McDonald's. You have to have McDonald's twice a week. Every time you have it, you get, let's say, €1,000, right? And then once a month, you can give up to 10 grand worth of McDonald's away to homeless people or whatever. Would you do it?
Twice a week.
Yeah, at least you have to have a full McDonald's meal at least twice a week.
Does breakfast count?
Sure.
Twice a week.
Yes.
For 1,000.
Yeah. 1,000 a week.
1,000 a week, so 4K. But
Yeah. But you have to have McDonald's twice a week. Or never work again, but you cannot go past the salary you're on now. You just get your salary.
And I never work again. I put it in the SP5. Obviously you can invest in
You can invest and do shit like that, but
yes.
you can't earn more than whatever your salary is now. That's cap forever.
Yeah, I'll never work again. Twice a week, McDonald's, that's very doable though. If I do it on Monday, do it on Friday. Do breakfast one and Big Mac on the.
You're still working?
And if you get McDonald's, you're still working.
Yeah.
You're still working and you get the McDonald's money.
Yeah. Yeah. The only difference in the McDonald's one is you just have to have McDonald's.
Twice a week. I think I'm going. Now that you said that, I think I'll go McDonald's.
If I had to change it to 4 times a week, McDonald's 4 times a week, you have to have a full McDonald's meal 4 times a week. Like you can't just go in and get one cheeseburger and say that's it.
Oh, that's tough.
Because that's extra that's an extra $4 grand a week. $4 grand a week. That's an extra $70K a year, tax free.
Jesus, but yeah. Fuck it, why not? Yeah, 4 times I'll do. Cause I would take the thing I would do. Just 4 McDonald's 4 times a week. That's so disgusting. Can I switch breakfast, dinner?
You whatever you want. Also with the McDonald's one, the entire world McDonald's menu is available to you. You know the way that like in Spain they have like chicken wings and shit.
Yo,
so
Mexican
the
ones have
whole
nice wings though.
The whole world McDonald's, you can get McDonald's menu. You can choose from McDonald's menu all over the world.
I would say 4 times a week. Oh, but if I keep my salary stays the same and I don't.
But you don't have to work again.
This one, the second one, I'll just keep my salary. I want that. I don't think I can eat McDonald's 4 times a week. You think you could do? What would you do?
Well, considering the fact.
Why is he silly? Why is he getting silly?
McDonald's 4 times a week is tough, though.
It's tough.
Because you're going to get sick of that shit so quickly.
So quickly. That's why I say twice a week, I could spread it out Monday, Sunday.
Yeah. And if you...
because you have to do Monday, Sunday, yeah. You do like Monday, Thursday or something. Give it a bit of space.
Yeah, but 4 times a week is tough. Unless
twice a week is doable.
Unless you literally just say one day I'm only eating McDonald's the whole day and just pack it all out in the day.
Nah, because you try McDonald's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then full meals. You won't do it. You can't do it in a day.
Yeah.
You can't do 4 McDonald's meals in a day.
Right now, I'll take McDonald's.
For 2 days, 2 or 4?
But either.
Jeez.
$1,000 a week.
Yeah, no. That's the first one.
Because technically, I don't have to work.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if I had to get my salary now, could I invest in and not work? Because that would mitigate some costs. Not having to go to work and have to go work or whatever. I might even give up my car, give up insurance. Like little things I can kind of like work around it. Try to invest and see how that turns out. But 4 days, I just don't think I can eat McDonald's 4 days a week. And I can still go gym twice a week. Yeah, I think I can do enough, especially if I have free time and not working. I can do enough recreational activities to beat McDonald's 2 times a week. But 4 days a week, I'll just feel
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, as we always do every year, we'll wrap up the year. It's our wrap up year episode, so we're done for 2024.
Yeah, man, that's another
we're
year
gonna
gone.
come back sometime in January. # grow to the end. That's the series. We're gonna cut. Why are you laughing?
What's funny?
Why are you laughing? Yeah, we're coming to the end of the pod. So we'll be done. And as we do every year, we talk about the year we've had quickly. Dej, how's your 2024? How's it gone compared to? Remember when we were coming into the year, you said, "Okay, this is the thing." I can't remember.
I have zero recollection.
We did it though. We're in suits.
Oh shit, that was our end of the year episode, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when we came in, podcast of the year. Fam. Oh, how the magic falling.
We went from suits to Crocs.
Fam, this time last year we were popping my way.
With awards in our hand. And shout out Dej, man, with the fucking intro. People love it.
Oh yeah, man.
Shout
Thanks
out
everybody, man. I appreciate the love.
But like I said, Big Joe, give us a plaque.
Bruv.
Give us a plaque.
I'm telling you, if that shit goes gold, single, even bronze, bro, give me my plaque.
Give you something.
Give me my plaque. I'm gonna hang that shit right there.
But yeah, 2024, how'd it go?
2024 was a weird fucking year, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like the first half of the year was just niggas was in the trenches, bro. Fam.
Maybe for different reasons, but
bro,
I was
in the fucking trenches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. 2024 was just. I couldn't honestly. I actually couldn't tell you what this year was like.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like
a blur. You just kind of went through it.
Yeah.
I seen a thing. Koi put it up, and it was like a girl. So she said, "Behave." That's why they say we hold back on the pod because some things don't need to be said.
Boy,
she said it was a girl's birthday, a woman's birthday, and she turned 50. She said, "I remember when I turned 30, and 50 was so far away, and I kept putting things off. And I'm gonna do things next year, and some things I just never got around to. And all of a sudden, you become 30, and it's kind of like 2024. It was kind of started, and to get to the end, it's just like this. It's like sometimes we just put things on pause, put things we're gonna do it later, we're gonna do it then. But boys, life just keeps motoring on.
Stop,
it just keeps going, and before you know it, it'll be December 2025 again this time next year, bro. You said there was nothing really eventful or standout things happen for you this year in your life, and then we'll do in this content space.
honestly, not really. If I'm keeping it a buck, like I was just in the trenches for a bit, but
Yeah. Sometimes you have to get out of the trenches before you can live life.
yeah, like what's called? We left those fucking trenches behind, boy.
Yeah.
But honestly, I couldn't even tell you. Like I feel like most of for the first maybe like 7 months of the year, I don't even think I was checked in mentally. I was just kind of going through the motions. Bro,
Boy. I was obviously because of the having the baby. I was similar. He was born in basically December, so the first 6-7 months, it was kind of just getting through it. It was kind of like day to day, and starting a new job and being on probation didn't help either. So knowing that like if I don't pass probation, my business isn't working right now, This is the only source of income coming into the house at the minute. So I was,
Fam, that shit was really on you.
yeah. And mentally you feel it. Like we stopped potting because at some stage it was like a lot was happening. It was too much, and then you just need to like you told me, if the easiest thing to drop is a podcast. You can't drop your job, you can't drop your family, you can. The thing you can be like
Podcast that's not paying. Drop that shit, bro.
Drop that shit. So I do remember the first 6 up until maybe summer. It started easing up. Like I started feeling like, okay, I'm getting like some people say it's like, oh, because you asked for a blessing, and you do feel like guilt, like, oh, shouldn't you, because you asked for a blessing, you shouldn't feel the way you feel because you wanted this, you wanted to. But sometimes like, I feel drained, I feel tired, I feel mentally exhausted. But like, what do you want me to do?
Blessing, like everything that's good has a dark side. Yeah, having a baby, like you said, it's cute and all, but
blessing.
like,
but there's a side that comes with it.
There's so much dark side.
yeah. No, there's like the relationship changes with your partner. You're figuring that out. So I think the first 6-7 months, the year to be fair kind of went how I wanted. I said I wanted a non-eventful year this year. I've gone from having weddings, buying houses, having a kid, travel. I was like, this year let me just.
You go again next year.
Yeah, next year I'm back. Next, I think one thing I have to do.
Baby
next
number
year,
2.
No. Chill, man. He thinks of baby number 2. Instead of him to have baby number 1.
Bro, give Fix a sibling, man.
Guy,
Like you know, like African parents, they say just back. Just get it done, back to back.
Yeah. That's why them. You look back now, they weren't mentally in the right space. You have your 4 kids on the floor, and you think you're going to be mentally. That's why you're shouting at everybody every day.
You know
that's why
them
you're just screaming.
That's why you come home and you have to go to work and deal with this person telling you clocked in 4 minutes late,
and then you're coming back and these 4 kids are just shouting at you.
And you told them to take the meat out of the freezer, and they
didn't do it. Nah, bro. But no, it was a calm year. But personally, to be fair, one thing I need to go back next year is going to more gigs. I think I didn't go to enough concerts and like stand-up gigs this year. I was very good at that the previous, like since I basically started working in corporate. I've been very good at going to like festivals, concerts, and
doing things you actually enjoy.
Yeah, doing that. I need to go back to that. I think it was the first 6 months because the kid was so little. We kind of weren't as comfortable leaving him for a night at either parent's house. But now that it happens, like I said, we had a date night the other day, and then Saturday went out for the whole day and then picked him up. So I need to utilize this next couple of years before we decide to have a sibling, before we decide to have another kid, and you kind of have to stand down for 6 months again. So, but yeah, other than that, personally, it was calm. Not really much to complain about. I got settled into my job, and once I got settled into my job, I figured it out. I sussed it. It wasn't what I liked or what I wanted, but actually getting settled and finding out, it's all on my term, really, how I work. And having that freedom, like you say about work, like having a bit of freedom and a bit more of a loose leash kind of helps also with the mental, working from home. So personally, and in terms of in my household, what happens is like when elements of the relationship starts to like dissipate or decrease, other elements go up. So maybe now because you have a kid and you're working and you're living life, the physical side of the relationship, maybe it's not as frequent as you would like, but like the emotional and the mental side, you're more connected than ever because everything is ticking. You have to be like, you're picking up, I'm picking up, who's doing this, take this out. Like you're really more connected on a life.
You have to be a team.
Exactly. So on that level, the connection is bigger than it's ever been. So I'm really happy with that.
Like, do you feel like more? Obviously, I know you're saying connection, but like, do you feel like more in sync? Like, you can almost tell what she's thinking before. You have to ask and all that shit.
And then you can just you just know when to take something off their plate without even them asking. And it's like, okay, this is you're working at this time, I'm working at this time, let me do this. It just it's more instinctive, like you're saying.
Question, yeah.
That's good.
What's your definition of a good dad and a good father? Or as a good husband? Sorry.
My definition of a good husband, let's say first and foremost, it's as cliche as it is understanding how your partner wants to be loved and trying to provide those things. And it's not like, for me, her thing might be acts of service. For me to be a good husband to her, it's to be like, okay, what does she need to take off her place? Because, firstborn, especially African women, sometimes they don't know how to ask or they don't know how to express themselves. They feel like they have to do. And you have to also kind of understand that. Like, okay, when I start taking things off her plate and start like doing things myself or taking initiative to do things, I think it makes me a good husband to her. That's not a... I can't copy and paste that and say that will make you a good husband. Do you know what I mean? I think understanding how she wants to be loved and how she wants support in the home. But I think what makes me a good dad is how present I am and how hands-on I am with my son. Like I tell you, morning drop-offs, I'm usually the one that picks him up. I do the night routine with him, the baths, the shower, the feeds. Because I understand the way the dynamic is right now. She's up earlier and she's working earlier, so she's always a bit more tired. Whereas I have more flexibility. Some days, I mean, I text her one day, I got to work at like 10:15, and she's like, "You get to work at 10:15. I'm still here. I've been working for 3 hours." So I don't. It's not a thing that was like, okay, but I dropped him yesterday, you drop him today. No, it's like who does a suit better to kind of, and it's like that kind of understanding. I think that also makes me a good husband. That understanding is like, no, but like I've been dropping him and I've been picking him up every day this week, so you have to do it this week. Cause even though it doesn't make sense, even though I'm working from home and I don't have to be until 10 a.m., but I'm still telling her to do it just because I did it. Do you know that doesn't? I don't think that works. Yeah, I think that on the people, the idea of 50-50 isn't it shouldn't be like enforced. If it can happen, yes, because it might switch. She might have more flexibility and more leeway and later in life, and she might be like, okay, I might be working further and in another job where I'm actually more needed. So I don't look at it as way like people in general. If you listen, don't look at it as way like, okay, but I did this Monday, Tuesday. You should do it Wednesday, Thursday. No, who does it make sense for to do it Wednesday, Thursday? And that still might be you.
But I do think it just comes down to like, actually, I don't feel like a lot of men probably see their partner as a partner. Yeah. So it doesn't feel like teamwork. It feels like I'm on my thing, you're on your thing, and hey, but I've done this 4 times this week. Yeah. Like, bro, your turn. Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Almost treating you like a colleague at work as opposed to like, yo, this is my G. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like doing siblings with the dishes with your siblings. Mom said I do it Monday, Tuesday. You do it Wednesday, Thursday. Even though like
I've been home all day Wednesday.
You know,
adding to the plates.
And you're just watching the plates pile up. Well, today's Nathan's day. It doesn't make sense. If you're home all day and the plates are there, just do the dishes. Just do the dishes. But that's how you think when you're young. I think that makes me a good husband. But I think being present. And I thought about it this week, and I said I looked at my dad. My dad was a guy that did stuff. He just got shit done. Even if he had to pay for shit to get done, shit got done. Like if he had to buy a bunk bed and fix it himself, shit got done. If he had to go, his car needed to get fixed and he needs to go somewhere. In my house, if kids need to go to college and they couldn't get Susie, shit got done. So understanding is that, oh, maybe that's why sometimes I just like I have to get shit done, because that's what my example of a man or a dad is like. Oh, men. Not that we don't compare, because he's from Africa, he's from the 60s, so he lived a different reality. I'm not saying men shouldn't talk or speak up, but I just saw a man that's like, regardless of what's happening around him or how he feels, shit got done. So
fair enough.
I carry that as well. But I think those two things really make me distinguish between a good dad and good husband. So, that was 2024. I learned that this year as well.
About this whole speaking thing, yeah. Is it that deep?
Again, yes, I'm gonna say yes, because like I'm saying, to operate in a partnership, and sometimes you might get a partner that knows your cues or knows how you feel, but sometimes they might not, and you might have to express.
No. I understand with your partner. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's just like, because like I can't. Okay, like let's use us as a situation in this year. Like obviously we've been having a lot of conversations about things we want to do and how we want to do certain things, but every time somebody's talking to me about the pod, I'm like, all of this is cool. What you're saying to me is cool. Yeah. But until I know where Jordan's head's at, I can't say we're gonna move this way, because let's say you're feeling whatever way you're feeling because of whatever you're feeling. Yeah, right? Yeah. I can't make a decision on what you're feeling or what I know you're willing to do if I don't know what you're feeling. Yeah. So in a partnership, it makes sense. Yeah. Outside of that though, the whole, because I don't know, sometimes saying things just for the sake of saying it doesn't get it off my chest. Like it doesn't make me feel better. Just because like if I'm annoyed with somebody, and I tell you that I'm annoyed at you and nothing happens. Okay. What's the point of talking?
I guess if it does nothing for you, then there's no point. But some people it helps them. Some people actually like expressing how they feel to like if I tell Ron here how I feel towards like, oh, we need more cameras, let's say. And I'm like, okay, at least I've been holding that. I said it to Ron, he knows how I feel. And he's gonna let's see how he moves. Some people actually does help them to actually get shit off the chest.
Okay, because you know what, like I've been thinking recently, with shit like Alcoholics Anonymous, like Narcotics Anonymous, and all of that kind of stuff, or like let's even just say like rehab, yeah. If I'm addicted to drugs, is talking about why I'm addicted to drugs really going to help me not be addicted to drugs? Oof.
Yeah, I think so. I think because it's like therapy, because people have breakthroughs. And they understand their behaviors. And because they understand their behavior, some people, it helps them mitigate or remember, I think you said yourself last year, you understood your triggers or what triggers you. And then you said, I'm not going to put myself in that places anymore. I'm going to try not to put myself in those situations anymore. Mm-hmm. I think you said something like that. About like some people, it's truth talking and expressing their thoughts or getting their thoughts out verbally. They might understand their behavior or why, okay, I did this drugs because I was in this state, or because this happened, or because happened, and because of that, I'm gonna remove myself from that place, and I'm gonna keep coming here because it's allowing me to open up. Some people communicating verbally helps them understand their behaviors and their patterns, and for some people it does help. For some people it doesn't matter. They just don't do what they want to do. It's a person per person base. Because Charlemagne, brilliant Breakfast Club, he went to therapy, and because you understood that, a lot of these behaviors stemmed from childhood, parents, family, blah blah blah, and he understood it, and he's like, okay, because I know where this comes from, I know, and now need to put blocks in place and stop me from behaving this way.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, no, it can't help. Like, it is a industry, therapy, or AA, I guess for a reason. It must help some people.
Actually, speaking of like therapy and speaking and all this kind of shit, that babes that ran through 100 man. Can we talk about that real quick?
We should, yeah. First of all, the why is
I know what you want to say.
No.
Well, we should go back to using slurs.
All I'm saying is, I know we're progressive, but sometimes slut shaming wasn't that bad. Sometimes you gotta let people know. It is what it is, man. But no, because that one is wild. That especially because now I get it. Doing something like that, it's going to have an impact. It should, if you're a normal person.
It's so unnatural.
It's so unnatural. Yeah, you're going to feel a way. It's like, I get people saying like, I don't empathize with her because she signed up for it, she did it, and she knows something. But a lot of people sign up for shit, and until they do it, they don't know how it's gonna make them feel. Which is, so there's a level of empathy that I just have for her as a human being, because we all make decisions, and we think it's gonna be one way. Up until that thing actually happens, then we know how we really feel. But at the same time, I get why people don't feel a way for her as well. I
definitely hear both sides.
Yeah, I just because I don't know what clout chasing is a disease, because for you to decide and say, okay, I'm gonna sleep with 100 men. What other than clout and money? What is the benefit? Like, what does that do for your soul or your spirit? Do you know?
Maybe that's what, because if she is a content creator, a spicy content creator, maybe she wants to be the LeBron James of her shit.
Oh God, not fair. Some people try to be greatness within their field.
Yeah, like what's called, if that's my field and I want to be great at it.
She's not built for it though. No, she's not. Look at the reaction.
Yeah, okay, but
she's not built for it.
But you know what it is, yeah. Like you said, sometimes the like let's put it in context of like, okay, I'm assuming the men paid, right?
I don't think so. I think you just sign up and you get chosen.
First of all, she needs a better manager if that's the situation, because there's a lot of niggas that would have at least paid at least £100.
She put up like a bat signal, and you just
but the thing is,
maybe they do pay. I don't know.
Because at least let's even say you could. She said what, 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. £100 5 minutes. A lot of niggas were gonna do that anyways. Do you get what I'm saying? At least that's
million.
No,
By
10 grand?
1,000.
It's like 10 grand.
Yeah,
10 grand. Yeah. Then repurpose the content, sell it again. So that's bad management. If they didn't charge, that's number one.
They're thinking about the business aspect.
Because it's about business. It's about business, isn't it? Like, look, niggas' horniness is
monetizable.
It's a well that will never run dry. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
niggas will forever be horny.
It's the first work, like prostitution.
Yeah,
the first one of the first trades in the world.
Okay,
so it's been happening for a minute. This is just a modern day version of it.
So now, right? If I understand it, if you like, you've always been somewhat promiscuous. You don't really see sex as anything, like whatever. So in your head, I could complete, and I think she's ran through 36 man before as well. So it's like in your head, I could see why that wouldn't really feel like it's anything.
Yeah.
I've done
36.
So what's 100? Yeah. However, the actual reality of doing it, like there's some things that are just so unnatural. Yeah. Like having hundreds of thousands of people shout your name at a concert is unnatural. No matter which way you look at it. Yeah. So then I think it's just that whole, this really happened. And like, at what point is it like, she even said when she did like 36 or whatever, she couldn't really remember anyone's faces or whatever. How do you have to be able to, you have to disconnect to go through that.
Because especially sex with some people, like we're saying, I get what you're saying. Some people, it's not like as such an intimate thing, but for her to be like, I can't even remember their face, I don't know their name. It sounds like she's requiring a certain level of something for her to even like be able to mentally go through it. The fact that her head is even blank in their faces, it's for her. I get it. It happens. Maybe I know people that have had one night stands where they don't know the person's name.
That's different though.
Yeah, of course. So the way you can disconnect and have sex is kind of the point I'm trying to make. To the person, it's kind of the point I'm trying to make. But I don't know if you can do it with 100 people in one space.
Bro, like, what, like, If they're paying, it's prostitution.
Or even if
If they're not paying, because someone said, let's call human trafficking what it actually is. It's human trafficking. Because is there somebody in the
because she flew
background?
people out.
Is there someone in the background making her do this, or is this just her?
Yeah, that's it. Because the way she talks about it, even some aspects that she's like, some guys, she said 5 minutes, and after 2 minutes, she wanted to stop with some guys, and the guys are like, no, but you're promising 5. So there's a level of even though it's like, yeah, she can stop at any time, but then they'd be like, oh, they asked her, they said, were you mad when they didn't stop? She says, yeah, but because I promised them this, I
Can she stop at any time?
What?
I know we say she can stop at any time, but can she?
Yeah.
Like realistically, because if you're in that situation where you're mid beating or whatever, and it's like 2 minutes, I'm kind of over this. Let's get to the next one. And this guy's saying,
no,
yeah, but you told me 5.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, do you like?
And also the men,
Bro,
like,
how much of a
from guy number 4 in the queue? Like, what's going on?
Low-key,
What?
Low-key, I don't even want to be guy number 2.
So when I saw the time I said, like, imagine being the 76 guy. Someone says, you're 76. Think about being the 3rd guy. So you think about being the 3rd guy?
I don't want. I don't want to be. You know what? Matter of fact, you know what? I don't even want to be the first guy.
Yeah, knowing that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, like, because now you're a human fuck doll at this point. Like you're a human fleshlight. That's literally all you are.
Apparently, and so, like, I was listening to the boys again, and they were saying like they looked into her background, and nothing that highlights or triggering to be like, oh, this is why she went down this path. Good family, supportive family, good, everything's fine.
But that doesn't really.
I know, but some people would want to find like, why are you doing this? Like, do you know, it's like for example, a serial killer, this extreme. But they was looking to the family to be like, but why did you turn out this way?
Mm-hmm.
I think people are trying to find a reason because it's so unnatural and so outlandish. So as a human, you have to try to rationalize like, why does a human do this? But
what I'm saying is like, there's no people that the background that made them do this is something that is a deep dark secret that's never going to be exposed.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like you're not going to find it online. You're not going to find, oh, I was sexually assaulted at this age, and that's what made me super. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, and once again, from the outside looking in, all of this shit is just. It's just what it is. I don't know, bro. Like,
it's true, bro.
The internet has become such a weird place.
Very, especially Elon's Twitter.
Like what's it called? People masturbating in cars and fucking squirting all over their car.
Are you seeing that new thing, that new AI thing?
No.
Or there's just new AI tool that people are using, and it's going to forget. Have you seen it? Or I can't remember the name. It's like Gawk or something. They made one of the Pope going to like Africa, masturbate. It's when you watch this AI thing, they said they need to have legal things in place for AI soon. Yeah, but because it's gonna get out of hand.
It already is out of hand. Yeah. Like, isn't there was a guy that was like, people would send him pictures of like their like kids around and whatever. Then he'd use AI to like make it inappropriate and essentially make child pornography and send it back to them. I saw that. That's already so it's already a thing.
Will there be a point where there has to be regulatory things in place? I know obviously rules get broken and people that do that are sick people anyways. But even to mitigate some of it at some level, because it's going to get ridiculous.
Yeah, but I think that's how everything works. We throw it out there, and once you see people abusing shit, that's when you start throwing rules and regulations in place. So like, the early days is the easy days where you get through it. Yeah. But like, the same way like we're seeing, I was actually thinking the other day, right? Because like, I play games on my phone and shit like that. Yeah. Like, and I'll see like a Kylie Jenner promoting one of these random games, and I'm looking at it. It's like, is that AI? And if it is AI, someone's got to send a cease and desist letter somewhere. Then the other side of my brain is saying, are these people taking these things in hopes that people will think it's AI? And if you just never address it, people are just going to chalk it up to it being AI.
Because even on that, Meghan Markle's face was getting used for pornography when the whole thing was happening with her husband and fighting the Buckingham Palace family, whatever, the royal family. Yeah, when they were fighting the royal family, the people were starting to use Meghan Markle's faces for pornography. And I think she actually sent out as like a cease and desist. And to your point, the thing, because PBD, Patrick by David, he had the people that bought Pornhub. And he was questioning them on like the legalities and the rules or regulations of these things, because it feels like sometimes the internet, especially in terms of like pornography, it's like very loose on the laws. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, this girl that she's just doing the 100 guys or whatever. Everybody was talking about it in shock, but we actually don't know like ages, consent, for it, nothing. It's just like, oh yeah, just happened. I think Elon's kind of Twitter's kind of done that. You just scroll and you'll see anything. You just scroll and scroll. You see. Ever go to the For You page on your thing, or compared, just go on the For You, scroll 3 times, you'll see boobs. There's no rules and regulations on Elon's Twitter.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. It's just like, because I saw someone saying that, these OnlyFans workers, they're glorifying like what's prostitution, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then, but the other side of it was just like, because the person I was watching was like, are they like, at the end of the day, just because you make OnlyFans doesn't mean you're gonna make money. Like, what's it go? Sophie Rain making what, 48 million?
Yeah. And that they put like, oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. Before we wrap, the pushback is like Charlie Mason's video. He made that video of like people need to go into electricity. Should I play it? Or
Facts, yes.
Yeah, you want to play it? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So he made a video, and let me just find it really quick here.
While he's doing that, look, we are charged to the game. We are no longer the podcast of the year, but we're still the podcast of the year.
Right, let me play it now.
Yeah, go for it.
My business at first, yeah, but now it's my business because the people that choose to do this, we are affecting the community, and as a community, we're meant to be functional. When everybody does this, we now become dysfunctional. Listen up, sorry. I'm so sorry, but everybody cannot be a CEO, and everybody cannot be a gamer. Everybody cannot be a YouTuber, and everybody cannot be an influencer. Please, those of you that are influencing, you are DJing, you are gaming, please start to show your friends the hardship of what you are doing. Show them that it's not easy. Stop showing them just.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of get the point. It's a very long video, and I wanted to tie into that point of like Sophie Rain. What the internet has done is, because we see the 1% or the 1%, we begin to normalize it and think, oh, that's what it is. That it becomes more attainable than it actually maybe is. And in terms of content, even content creators, because we see Chucky and Taser with the Get the Gist girls or 90s babies, we're seeing that it seems like, oh, they're just there, they're so attainable. But those are like the 1% of the 1%, and those are the same faces that we've been seeing for like a decade. So people now begin to think that this is a normal reality. Whereas, like, as Charlie Mason is saying, it's not really that normal. And the people that do this, there's a lot of sacrifices, the thing that they're willing to do that the normal person, you're not willing to do. So even with OnlyFans, we're seeing like the Sophie Rain or the people that are making like 48 million. This is like the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. So this is not a normal thing. And a girl might see them like, okay, all I have to do is make an OnlyFans and I can be on that level. Not realizing this like, no,
there's so much more to it.
Yeah, we've started to normalize the excellence or the people that are doing it at a high level or the world. Because when I watched Charlie Mason videos, even the UK that we like to glorify, it's basically the same faces that I've been seeing for like nearly a decade. For the most part, it's the poet, it's the Chucky, it's the thing. Okay, Billy the Humble might infiltrate, Billy the Goat, and Peak Your Humble might infiltrate. But for the most part, it's the same faces. And how many people in the last 5 years have started podcasts? So I just want people to have that mindset also. Like, because of what we see, and we see it so often, we begin to think it's normal. Understand that these are like,
but you know what
people doing it.
You know what I think it is as well is that the numbers seem so large. Yeah. Like, it looks like everybody's a celebrity these days. Mm-hmm. It looks like, because you can go from a Ray J to a Bobby Outlaw or whatever, to the chicken shop date girl, to like, what's this guy's name?
Yeah, it's a broader range of
the
what
chicken connoisseur.
Like. Yeah,
but when you actually put it in, like actual numbers, it's like 0.0000. Like, even think about footballers. Yeah, there's so many footballers, but they still say like less than 1% of boys actually make it. But it's like there's literally thousands. Yeah. Probably even hundreds of thousands if we go across all of the leagues and everything. But it's just like, so it looks like, oh my God, there's like how many of these OnlyFans girls? Oh yeah, I make $100,000 a month, and I bought my family a house, and I bought this, and I bought this, and I bought this, and there is 500 of them. But bro, there's 5 million fucking accounts,
and that's perfect point. And the internet will get people to believe that, okay, this is because they're so in our face. Like, that Sophie Rain thing was so in our face, and we couldn't miss it. So you just think like, oh, this is what you start OnlyFans and you do a bit of thing, and if you look good, this is what happens. And not realizing, like, to Charlie Mason's point, even content creators and gamers and streamers, you're like, yo, no, bros, I know, and especially us here in Ireland, because the UK is it's just a touching distance, and we're seeing people that we know in rooms with these people, so it even looks more attainable. It's like, oh yeah, we can. This is the thing. But if you ask the girls what they do on a weekly basis, on a daily basis to promote their product and to promote their content, and you ask the next man, are you willing to do that just to have one episode with Chucky and Taser? The answer is like, probably not. But
yeah, like I don't know. It's weird, and also because I think everybody wants to do the sexy things these days. They don't realize that the plumbers and the electricians are the niggas that they make the money.
There's an episode of South Park where it does a thing into 50 years into the future. The billionaires are plumbers and electricians because everybody wanted to do TikTok. And so because their job became so scarce and they became in higher in demand, so they could charge anything.
Bro.
So they become the billionaires and everybody dance.
like we always say, it's cool to be entertaining, but you can be replaced by entertaining. But someone's toilet is always gonna break. Someone's got to build a new house.
Yeah. Somebody's
electricity is gonna go off. It's that job is always there. I remember when I was working in Concern, and there was one of the team leaders. He was a plumber as well. So after he does his concern shift, and this was years ago, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm just going for a quick call out." That's just for me showing up. That's back then it was €80.
Yeah, I think we had one of we called a plumber and call out
80 euros just for me to say I'm stepping into this house. Looks it's probably about a 10-minute job, 160. And it's that's on top of his actual salary. I think he started making so much money from plumbing. He said, "Fuck this, why am I here?
Yeah.
Let me just go work for myself."
I think about that sometimes, how to also sell, because you're saying with my son, not to sell him the graft in the work is just if you're not enjoyable, you can have as lucrative as the content creator. Because what you're seeing, and even them, they always complain about not getting their pays till way later. Because it's so hard to, especially in that generation, you're seeing speed and text and that. It's so hard to be like, oh, this is you just get to be you and you're chilling with people. It's so hard to kind of not want to have that dream. Because we all have, I always say, I was at a reality where I knew I was going to be a footballer. And that hits, but to some people, maybe that doesn't come. They just don't have, and they'd be like, yeah, I'm just going to chase this thing that's attainable, of course, because people do it, but very 0.0001% people on all that stream get to that level.
Yeah, actually, even speaking about Kai, and he did his
Streamathon.
His Mafia-thon too, bro. That shit was insane.
Okay.
That bro, my guy got a massive ass house. He essentially did Big Brother for 30 days.
Yeah.
He had cameras all over the house. Yeah. Random shit was because apparently what he did was obviously they came up with a plan and then a bunch of shit that they wanted to do all the days and then they all just got randomized and jumbled up. And so he didn't really know what was coming next or who was coming next and shit like that, bro. Because I was tapping in every now and then just seeing what's
on the streams.
On the streams,
yeah.
I
was just seeing clips on Twitter.
Yeah, no, because the thing is, it's actually enjoying. It's actually entertaining. What's called SZA and Lizzo came on, and then they end up making pasta, and then just going.
Kyrie Irving was there.
Yeah, do you get it's just
Bronny and Bryce.
Yeah, but it's just a bunch of shit that looks very. It looks fun. Everybody wants to have fun for a living. Do you get what I'm saying?
Imagine that's what you have to face. Instead of doing that, go do plumbing. It's. I always think about it sometimes. How do we convey that message to our children that I know that looks so much fun, but to get to that level isn't as what you think it is gonna be. Bro.
Yeah, and also even with that, you're only seeing the easy part.
Yeah.
And I think that even comes with even on this tiny scale. It's just people think, oh yeah, you're doing this podcast and it's cool. And it's yeah, but you see the part that you see is the fun part.
Yeah.
Sitting down and chatting to you every week is that's cool. It's easy.
You see the trailer and the thing, and the new beginning, and that's cool. And that maybe because we have that perspective, because we do that on a lower scale, so we can just imagine. What we can just think to even do that those scale, those people are working.
Because with Kai's thing. He just has a walkie-talkie saying, "Yo, production."
I saw Kevin Hart fire someone. Yeah, you're fired.
but if you actually think of the logistics behind that, you have to have. Obviously, there's more than one person, but to have somebody ready 24/7 around the clock. Obviously, people who got to take shifts because nobody's working 24/7 for 30 days. Yeah. So how many people are in the background? How many people are sorting out the cameras, sorting out chef, people making sure that everyone is it is so crazy. When you see something and it's think about how that is actually filmed or how that is actually brought to life.
And the thing is, maybe we have this perspective just doing this because some people are just consuming the content. You have someone's saying musicians sometimes don't consume music or when they're not working because they know how they know the logistics behind. They've seen behind the curtains, so when they're not doing it, they're I don't want to consume.
I don't want to think about all that shit.
Well, any highlights for 2024 before we wrap up?
As of right now, no.
Yeah.
To be honest, you know me, I'm not really the biggest planner. If things come up, they come up. Right now, I don't know anybody that's getting married next year. So
no, 2024 this year. Any highlights that you?
Oh, any highlights? Yeah.
The wedding in Morocco.
Wedding in Morocco was cool. LA trip was cool.
Yeah.
Getting fired was cool.
Clip.
I honestly, you know what? low key, 2024 has been a pretty uneventful year.
That's what
it's been a year for like growth.
I don't take it seriously when it says the spiritual thing.
It's been a year for growth, and but apart from that, like it's been pretty.
For me, Nigeria was cool. Going over to Morris's wedding.
That feels like it wasn't even this year.
Yeah, the Nigeria was cool. First family holiday was obviously cool. My kid turning 1 was awesome as well. I think those 3 were probably like the moments I'm like, yeah.
So what's next year saying?
Next year,
Are we back to having eventful years?
And more eventful than this year. This year was. I think I was saying it to Deji. I think 2020 I proposed. 2021 I did like 2 weddings. 2022 I moved into my house. 2023 Simi was pregnant and I gave birth. So those 4 years I was like big things happening. So I wanted it to slow down a little bit this year, especially having a kid. So yeah, and I think those 3.
Are we doing a hall party for Fix next year?
We might. He's definitely having a second birthday, but you talk to me. But you're in the house. He's always getting in trouble. He's always getting in trouble. He's always getting in trouble. So I think those 3 were probably the highlight of the year this year. And within the space, there's nothing to highlight this year.
Actually, hold on.
Well, you hosted a few gigs.
I did.
Yeah, you did the gala, Afro Gala.
Oh yeah, that was cool. The Afro Gala was cool situation. Honestly,
and then you did the red carpet interview.
Hold on, let me actually think of what happened this year. Because like I keep
and
saying,
you posted on Insta this year.
This year was.
Why are you laughing?
Fam, you know what? I even had other pictures. I was gonna post. I could not be bothered. Like I actually realized I could not be bothered. What else happened this year? My brother. Oh shit! My brother had his event this year. That was cool. The bingo and beats. That actually looked like I wanted to be there.
Yeah,
but February we spin it back. I think he's already starting selling tickets for the February one.
Okay.
Honestly, I this year is a blur to me. I'm not gonna lie. For like I said, the first like six months of the year, I was kind of.
Nah, I'm with you, bro. It kind of helped while we to start the break from the podcast helped then as well. And what about 2025? Anything you're looking forward to doing?
It's gonna be the same thing I always say every year. Money, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Let me, because apparently this is a running thing on this podcast now. I got something to charge to the game.
What happened? Oh God, he pissed off someone else.
No,
An old lady or something didn't get lift.
Not even this time. No, not even this time. What's called? I took my car to go get serviced.
Oh.
Yeah, fam. They serviced my shit, and they were like, "Oh, there's some other work."
Oh.
You know when they say other work, So they're like, "Oh, your lower control arms are quite worn. They're gonna need to be replaced." I was like, "I got warranty. I'll be grand."
Yeah.
Called up the other company, like, "Yo, they told me the lower control arms." The guy says, "I don't know if it's covered. Book you in just to see." Books me in now. Yeah, I get a call. I don't think it's covered. I say, yeah. Because the other company, what's called Mercedes, quoted me 1.5 to get the shit replaced.
So 1,500.
Which one of 1.5 would I be talking about?
We gotta clarify.
So I'm just looking at it like, who sent me? Who actually sent me?
When you got a Merc as well, I was looking at you. I was like, all right.
What are you doing with your car?
Look, man, you know what it was, yeah? It was one of those things where I said, I want this. No, you know what's funny? I actually think it might have been Temmie from Nice Babies. Him and his babes did his and hers. I was like, oh, that car's nice, you know? I was like, maybe I'll pop a little bit of that. And then last year, I got my car and I was like, you know what? Sometimes I just say things. Sometimes, fuck it, man. I'm getting a Merc.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And then, then I got my Passat. And then it came to around April, and I was just looking. I was like, yo, this Merc thing is actually kind of realistic, you know? And I said, fuck it. Just did it.
Are you gonna? Obviously, you have.
What do we do? Am I going to? Do I have a fucking choice?
Because I went to get my car serviced as well on Friday. Yes, I went to get my car serviced. This is something I want to touch on as well. But it's funny because I was driving. I went to get service in Balbriggan. I dropped my kid and I was driving. And I'm driving. It was during the school run. And I'm looking at these kids do the same walk that I did when I was in school. And I'm just looking at them. And it doesn't feel that long ago. Like, I don't feel too far. When I see them, I'm like, oh. but it's 20 years ago. So the concept of time, first year was 20 years ago. It's like my friend Morris and Chris started 2005. That's like 2006. It's 2025 next year. So I was like, the concept of time is so fucked up because when I'm watching them walk to school, I don't feel too far removed from doing that exact same thing. But I'm like, this was 20 years ago. But anyway, I was like, that drive, I have that little moment of nostalgia, and that should push me to be like, okay, next 2 years, I need to actually start doing stuff because you blink in that 20 years and you
It's
won't,
gone,
you won't feel too far removed from being 30, but you're 50. So, and then I bring it there, and then they call me. They said, yo, how have you been maintaining this car? Nothing seems to be done. I used to go to Frank Skeen's Volkswagen because I used to work at Pfizer, and he used to be that thing. I used to bring it in for service because it's at work. I drop it and go back to Pfizer, blah 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 blah. Apparently, what they're doing when you bring it to the manufacturers, sometimes these niggas they just clean the filter and change the oil.
That's their service.
No, but these people that I brought it to service, and they said no, this is not the service that they do. Apparently, when you bring it to a mechanic, change the windscreen, change the wipers, clean the oil. I'll show you the list of what they did for their services. Yeah, because they said what happens when people hear the price of the manufacturer, they're like, that's a camp to 105 cents. Then they just go there. Because when you call the mechanic, they quote you like nearly 400 euros. So people are pulled off. They're like, why are you doing the same service? But this guy's actually 400 and this guy's thing. This guy was low-key vexed. He said, you still have the same filters from before. You still have the same, all these spark plugs have never been changed in this car, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm confused because I'm like,
Then what the fuck is the
like,
manufacturer been doing?
The guys all this time, what the fuck? Then I only found out if I knew then, like, they don't do like because you call them and say, we're going to do a full service. When I'm thinking you're doing full service, you're fully going to service my car. You're going to change all the things we need to change. Bring it to me. Shout out Nolan Motors. I'm going to give you a free plug. I bring it there. They give me a list. I was expecting to spend 235 euros or something, and they're feeling 400. But my car feels nicer to drive now because the oils were leaking. Because obviously the filters they weren't able to hold on to anymore. Everything that they initially had in my car, nothing has been changed. So I thought they at least would change the filters. All they did is clean it. They just clean the filters and change.
Wait, because like I said, I don't know a lot about cars. Yeah,
neither do I. Evidently.
What's going? Because I was like, okay, you know what? Let me take this to so I have the full service history. And you can see that it's been serviced by the same company all the time, whatever. But obviously they're charging a premium. The only thing I do like is they give you the health check. Like they tell you. But if they're not doing anything special, let me call my guy.
If I knew before, I would have never gone to Frank Skeen's. Because obviously I don't know anything about cars. If I'm giving the manufacturer for a service, because my windscreen wipers, I've been meaning to change them for ages. They did everything that was wrong with my car before. Any little kink, that Nolan Motors fixed everything. So then in my head, I'm like, so why do you bring it to the manufacturer? Because in our head, I think we just feel better. So this is Volkswagen.
You made the shit. You should know how to fix the shit.
Let me bring it to Volkswagen. But yeah, so I ended up spending an extra 200, but I'll spend that 200 again for what the job it actually got. And also, remember my thing with the new car? I watched the 90s Babies clip. I don't think I'm on it anymore.
You don't think you got a new car anymore?
I don't think so. I'm going to wait till the NCT goes on this, and I'm going to invest. I'll tell you after.
Hey, actually, I actually got some shit for you. I'll tell you after. I don't know, man. Like this whole car thing, it's just.
But you also have bad boy cars as well, man. Fucking Passats and Mercs. So
Passat is not a bad boy car, man.
No, Audi. You see him in this fucking Audi Passat.
Oh,
this
fuck,
guy
right?
is. This guy.
Hey.
And then when he breaks, he's crying.
I'm not gonna lie. I love my Passat, man. I think apart from my first car, I think my Passat is probably the car I enjoyed the most.
And then you wanted to fucking get a Merc. How greedy!
Look, man. Sometimes if the opportunity is there, sometimes you got to just do shit because you can.
That was my thinking, yeah. And then I was like, I looked at the situations. I've already seen these cars. I'm also paying, like haven't paid for that. And I looked at some of my neighbors. A lot of them, they just because it's paying off two cars. They're like, we're not gonna add an extra expense to it if you have to pay off two. And I was like, okay. And I have this NCT for 2 years. I'm like, yeah, well, I have this NCT. Let me not force it just because I wanna be like Deji and pay 1,500 euros to fix it. What is it? It left.
Bro, man.
It left what?
Fam, you know what? You know what's crazy? When I took it to the second company, they're talking about suspension, suspension, that. I say yeah. I said what?
You know, sometimes Deji, you actually put me off getting a big boy car. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you put me.
Hey, wait. First of all, you drive a racist car.
No. Your car, if I went to Texas, that's what they have. And they have guns in the side seat.
Yeah, 100%. Confederate flags flying. Bro, Ron drives the reason for global warming. Like, you have to hike into his car. But I really, yeah. So
Every time I hear Deji's problem, I'm like, do I really need those problems?
I'm not gonna lie. I miss my fucking golf. I miss a golf.
Again, why did you move from the golf?
What?
What did you move from the golf?
Why did I?
Yeah, just too small.
No. What's called? I crashed my golf. To be honest, my first golf, my baby. I love that car with everything.
That
with
Brianna?
everything. No. Brianna was the Audi.
Oh.
My first car, I love that shit. But I think it's just that thing with your first car. Like, I bought this with my own money. I insured this shit with my own money. I really like, this is all me. Like, it was the first time where I felt like, yeah, I did that. But then after that, the warranty, that feeling goes off because now you're buying every car.
Yeah.
Then my second golf, I didn't really like it. I just needed it in a pinch. And then when I crashed it, I was looking at other golfs, and my babies at the time was like, but you don't want a golf. And I was kind of like, that's when she was like, what do you want? I was like, no, I might, like, A4 would be cool. Yeah. I looked at the prices and it was like, damn near the same.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it, run the A4, man.
Switching gears, like a gears in an A4.
And then what's called? Then 2 months, like less than a month later, I was in a mechanic and they're like, oh, this is gone, you have to pay 800 euro. I said, yeah. I fell on my knees.
Nah, car problems, yeah.
Yeah, but,
anyways, yeah.
What else?
Go to your mechanic to service your car. Don't go to the manufacturers because the price is nicer, but they tend to do the bare minimum. That's
the only thing that I will say is
maybe BMWs or whatever.
Every time I go there, they hoover and they wash my car and it comes out looking immaculate. That's
how they get you.
That's the
That's
one
how
thing.
they get you every time.
It's not even anything big.
That's how they get you.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else we need to touch on?
I think we covered a lot today. For we said 2025 pretty much quiet years. You want to say anything you want to do next year? You said money.
You might will see it.
Travel.
What about you?
Yeah,
what about you next year?
Like I said, do more stuff like gigs, restaurants, concerts, and like kind of regain the urge to do the things I actually enjoy doing. Because I think this year we had to take a step back a little bit. We'll try to run it back in the next couple of years before we go again for baby number 2. So I think that's kind of the main thing.
You man, Merry Christmas and that.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's and that.
Also, don't try.
What the hell was that?
What?
That was so lackluster.
Yeah,
sorry.
It is, yeah. It is lackluster.
What did you expect?
Hey,
you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah? Going to Jordan's house and seeing like actual decorations and shit, like I was spun. Don't ask me why. I just was like, there's a part of me that kind of feels like, right, you actually got this shit done.
You got this shit done. So we got that shit done.
Yeah, I know, but still.
I'm a bystander. So you take out the Christmas tree from the shed. From the attic. It's like, oh God, yeah.
Like this, get shit done.
One way or another, shit just has to get done.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, what's good? Don't do Chris Kindle with niggas.
I said I don't hold grudge, yeah? If I don't get a gift, I'm holding a grudge. Because I spent 50 euros on our present? Beckley.
Oh, let's.
25 in the message, in the text.
Yeah, then where did 50 come from?
Yeah.
It wasn't 50.
No. It ended up being 50.
Okay,
but it started at 20. Okay, context. So, in the group chat, first of all, of all people, I don't know why it was Beckley that brought this shit up.
Yeah, usually
because
it's me.
I know, because I never expect that from him. Like, I see Beckley as the toxic nigga that pops in the group chat, says some shit and disappears.
Yeah.
Never, but recently, I don't know what space he is in his life. Oh, boys, we should hang out more. Boys, we should go here. Boys, we should do this. First of all, I wasn't expecting it from him.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Anyways, man comes in the group chat. It's like, boys, let's do this Chris Kindle thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Grinch. Everywhere they ask me, I always say no. At work, I say no. What's called? They ask me.
You say no at work.
100%.
This nigga, man. Just participate. Small 15 euro buy. That's why.
I don't want to do this because I don't chat to you. I'm gonna have to get you a present. It's the effort of thinking about what to get you versus what I get back. One year I did it, yeah.
Just get wine.
No, one year I did it, yeah. I had no idea what to get this person. Guess what? I got back in return.
What?
A fucking lottery ticket. And did it win? Nothing. So I got nothing. What was the point? What is that? Like, no, genuinely, what's the fucking point?
Camaraderie.
I don't fuck the camaraderie. Fuck it. Like, I even saw one year, yeah. One of the directors, one guy got one of the directors, like, literally got a 6-pack of beer. He got her a 6-pack of beer. Like, let's be fucking for real. None of the presents are good. We don't want to do this. Why the fuck are we doing this to make it seem more Christmassy? Fuck all of that.
Great rant. That was great.
Anyways, Beckley comes in the group chat. Boys, let's do a Chris Kindle thing. I said, you know what? Ron said, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Jordan said, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
I love Chris Kindle.
I'm just like, Beckley's like, oh, let's do it. I'm like, all right, fair enough. I guess we'll do it. Because I didn't read the group chat. I just saw my name tagged. I said, I tried to ignore it, and then my name got tagged again. I said, okay, yeah, fuck it. We'll do it, innit?
He said, I said, nah. If I ignore it, it'll just go away.
That's what I thought. Because,
Is this the one where Becky goes, or is this gay?
yeah.
I hate niggas, man. They say, can we do Chris Kindle or is it gay? How does Chris Kindle equate to that?
Because it's not what I expect. Like, you know what? If it came from you, I'd understand it. If it came from Ron, I'd understand it a little bit. If it came from Dave, I'd understand it. Beckley's just not the person. Like, I feel like the image I have of Beckley in my head versus who he might actually be.
Yeah.
Because my guy was saying that he does what he does and goes and he stretches for hours. The fuck? I'm expecting you to do what you do and listen to Future. Man says, I like to do this and go on a hike. The fuck? Like, so I just don't know who he is anymore.
Remember, you grew up in the country.
But it doesn't matter. Like,
Because when you talk to him, you think he's a nigga.
I think he's the niggest of like Beckley is a 50-year-old man in a 25-year-old's body. That's what I see Beckley as. So when he's telling me he's doing when man is telling me he's doing yoga and he's stretching and like he just like I just don't get it. So anyways, I try to ignore the message or whatever. Finally comes in and I said, okay, you know what? Maybe it's the boys. Let me say, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it, innit? Today's the day. Today's the day that we're supposed to be exchanging gifts.
So Ron says, Beckley's got missing.
Bro.
If anybody don't knows where he is, it's a business partner.
No. You know what's annoying about this,
Who
yeah?
is he?
What's called? We've said for 3 weeks, I'm going to put my hands up. I will put my hands up. My person hasn't arrived yet.
So you got lucky. That didn't happen today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But my person hasn't arrived yet. But we picked, I think it was even Beckley that picked the date.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, for it. And
He
then
picked the original date.
now, when it's time to do exchange gifts, oh, boys, I can't lie. I'm not gonna be around until you can't trust niggas to do nothing, man. And that's why when I wanted to say no, I was like, maybe Deji, don't be the bad guy. Maybe you're being too much of a Grinch. But now I should have just said no because I went out of my way to spend 50 euro on this nigga, and nobody's even exchanging gifts. And you know what as well? If we're not recording, so nobody's getting a gift to New Year's, so I could have waited and spent less money and got someone a gift. So what the fuck are we doing here?
Look, if you made it to the end of this podcast, you didn't like anything we said today, you can charge. Thank you for listening. That's how we have to end. Yeah.